Hello everyone, Sriram here. Okay, good to see you all. Thanks all for joining here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening for the people from different part of the world. Thanks for being here. I can see good smile from Ankur, very excited.
Good morning, Sriram. Rajan here.
Hey Rajan, good morning. Good morning, Sachin, Ajit.
Good morning, Sriram.
Great guys, good to have you all.
Sriram, good morning.
Good morning, Sriram.
Good morning, Sriram.
Fantastic, good to have you all. And I'm sure this is going to be a very exciting session covering more of Agile, which is a vibrating factor in the market now. Runa, good morning. Good to see you. Okay, you're on mute. By the way, happy to see the.
Good morning. How are you?
I can see the eagerness in the morning hours to wake up and sit in the class. It's very unusual, right? Waking up early in the morning and sitting in front of the cam.
Not really.
Okay, great. And thanks all for being here and making use of this weekend to start learning. So weekends are meant to relax, have a good food on Friday night, party, and then don't know when we slept. The remote is still in the hand and TV is still running. These are the scenes we have seen in a well-grown and well-settled corporate life. Sriram, what is a settled, man? We keep using the word settled, right? Settled means once you get a college, they say settled. Once you go for a job, they say settled. Once somehow you got married, then they get settled. Okay, so once somehow you find a home, settled. They use the word settled again all the time, and they make you blocked. Okay, and I feel that settled is not a good word for a person like you who is going to work on the leadership. Leadership is a person, don't settle there. I keep telling that there is no security in life, there is only opportunity. You know, what is the difference between security and opportunity? It's something like hunting more, what I can do more, right? That's a primary thing. So in that case, I see everyone here more eager to come and learn. And also I have some people from YouTube watching live. Hey, thanks all for watching here. Because learning should be a continuous process. This I have read in school days, but I didn't realize it. I thought some crappy guy said it, who don't have any job in life. When you come to corporate life, you start seeing that up to a certain stage, you'll keep growing. At one stage, you'll stop there. And the people with you, they'll start growing. You'll be surprised what's happening, man. Why I'm not getting promotions, why I'm not growing, why I'm not satisfied with the job, what I do. That's very important, right? More than the salary, more than the tags, what we call senior manager, program manager, satisfaction. When you complete that Friday, we don't feel we given our full, or also we didn't get the good appreciation from the corporate. Some or other way, we feel dissatisfied and not going well. When I analyze that, something came to my mind is maybe somewhere we are not learning, which is needed for next 5 years, not now. Oh, so learning is not for today? Definitely not for today. For today, you should have learned 3 years back. Shit, man, I don't know this. If you feel that, it's a hard truth. When I read some of the leadership books, what I understood is you have to prepare for upcoming 2 to 3 years, like how the farmer get ready for the monsoon season coming up or the agriculture season coming up. We have to get ready for the season. So now you are getting ready for the season. So Sriram, what do you mean is I'm not learning for today? Sure, you're not learning for today. What you're putting is a basement for upcoming 2 to 3 years. It means the knowledge of what you gain today, it is going to set your track for the future, for yourself and your family members. I keep telling that when you keep yourself best, your family be the best. In a sense, if you exercise well, it's good for your family. You eat a good food, good for your family. You don't roam around, it's good for your family. So the more you do, better for your family. So with this, I welcome you all to a good session where we're going to learn collectively on something on Agile. Okay, good. Let me quickly see the names. Abhilash, Ankur, Anmol, Arjit, Rajan, and Ruchi, Runa, Sachin. Okay. Skanda, Sneha, Steve, Sumant, Vignesh, Yogeshwaran, Vinesh. Fantastic. Thanks all for being here on time. So how this session is going to happen? This is going to be 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. IST. I know it's pretty early in the morning, but it's good. In Bangalore, it's so good. Did anybody in Bangalore enjoy this morning? Go for a walk, go for running? Harjit, that's good. That's nice. Today, abnormally, I got by 5:30, which sometimes I wake up by 6:15. Today, I got 5:30 because I take the classes. I went to a good running here. There's a big lake and a beautiful park there. 5:45 when I'm in the ground, I'm the only guy. Maybe one elderly person was walking on the corner. I felt the early mornings were so good in Bangalore, where many may not realize it. They wake up by 7:38. Still, it is good. But 5:45, 6 is really beautiful. I went for a running. It was so fresh, active. So recommendation is, Shriram, what is this? Gym activity? Yeah, of course. I keep telling all the classes, leadership is all about staying healthy. I'm not seeing a good top leader who is not healthy. Only when the internal system is good, external system also will be good. So start doing good exercises and start reading from today. You are in the right program to learn something called Agile. So what is this something called Agile? Agile is not a new terminology. You all know that. It's there for so many years. I'm going to talk some subject here. 7 chapters are there, which we will cover. And there are some exam content outline given by PMI Institute. We will learn through that. But just to give a heads up, Agile is not a new term. It is very heavily and highly used in sports industry. Why in sports? In sports, agility is it's part and parcel. It should be in your blood. In a sense, you cannot tell, I will turn slow, I will learn later. No, they will do every one event or a sport happening, and then they do a retrospective on that. An athlete will be counting the time, how many minutes or seconds it takes to cross that. Again, the coach will give the feedback. Hey, this is what you are doing. While you're picking up your speed, your body is something like this. You have to pick up like this. If you see Usain Bolt or anybody in the Olympics, they pick up the body, the speed, the first pickup. The pickup is very important. In the pickup, the head should be down for some of them. For some of them, head should be high. Chest should be open or chest should be down. Small things. We'll feel, man, these are not all who matter. It matters. When you want to win in 9.58 seconds, it matters. Every second counts. Every microsecond counts. So they take the feedback and give to this sports person, improve it tomorrow morning, not 5 years later. Usain Bolt said, thanks, sir. Good feedback, sir. I'll come next month and do. Today, now, right now, right? Are you all expecting something? Virat Kohli doesn't bat well in a bouncer ball. Next match, you will tell bouncer ball, he has to hit the 6. Man, last match only you missed it. This match also missing. Are you telling that? If you tell that, when you want Virat Kohli to be agile, a corporate can expect you, right? They expect you to be agile on fixing the mistakes, what we are doing. Nothing wrong in it. So we do have a personal thing, a lot of things happen. For example, yesterday, you would have had a good fight or something, misunderstanding with your family member or in a corporate. But are you doing retrospective on that? Are you re-looking at it? Did I do a good job? Can I recover it? And that is pretty much on the agile part. That's it, Agile. That's it. Agile is very simple. But the only thing is there are certain events to be learned. There are certain terminology to be learned. There comes a problem. Terminology. There's a terminology who defines Shriram. It's not to say there are certain countries which define certain process. Still, they have the hold of it. What do you mean by they, Shriram? There are some countries which rich by Second World War. They hold certain thing. Now, some of the countries are picking up. It will take another 50, 80 years to pick up. Once they pick up, these countries will tell a new format of life. And everybody will start agreeing, oh, that also sounds good. Like this, America has a different form of management for a long time. They still believe it's good. It is believe only. But again, Japanese and German model is slightly different, specifically Japanese model. Some of the things what you're going to learn in Agile is all inherited from Japanese. Kaizen principle, plan, do, check, act, deeming cycle. Of course, it's not a Japanese person, but the Japanese followed heavily on plan, do, check, act, right? Kanban model, lean management. If you see anything on Agile, it's a essence of Japanese model. So what you're going to learn is a Japanese model. If anyone here agree that I like Japanese product, I respect Japanese quality. If you feel that, you are in the right place to learn some of the methodologies they said it will work. But don't think it's purely Japanese. There'll be a mix of things. Japanese with American model, That's what we are learning in Agile. Shriram, do we need to think of country while learning this? Definitely no. Just want to give an origin from where it is coming up, so you may respect that value very highly. That's the reason I'm giving it. With this, we'll get inside. First, I want to say hi, wave hands to you all who are all in the camp, who are not in the camp. Thanks for being here. Good to see you all. So that's expectation from you is be free mind, sit and listen, relax mode. If you're coming from PMP background, so don't be so nervous, because PMP is a big shot, like a big size of cake. But Agile is not that way. The ACP classes won't be heavy; it will be lightweight. However, it is expect you to interact more, ask questions more. You can throw your ideas. In Agile, only thing is we have to discuss about the real situation happening in the corporate. That will help us to learn more. Have a paper, pencil, or some notes taking format with you. Can I assume that you all have a paper, pencil next to you? Okay, good. Okay, if you are in India, I can tell that you won't be distracted by mobile and television right now. I'm happy. Usually PMP classes, the evening hours, I'll tell that keep your mobile away, keep your television a little away. But in the morning, nobody get into that. But if you are in a different country, kindly keep these things away. So that helps you to focus on the subject. Okay, with this, we'll get inside. You are free to keep your cam and mic off mode. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on the cam. There'll be a point will come where we'll do some self-introduction to each other. Okay, there I will start requesting you to come on the cam to say hi to one another. And we will have some workshop. I will be giving a small project on Agile development. There we will have team activity. It will not happen this week. It will happen next week, where I'll be giving a project to you. We will divide the team into 3, and this 3 team will interact with one another, and they'll find how to implement in an Agile way, how to form a team, how to do a retrospective, how to do a story points, how to do a story writing. These all we're going to learn as a workshop. That's a plan. Very good. Thanks all for putting your cam and mic off mode. Let me get into the content. Can everyone confirm me that you are able to hear me, see me well?
Yes, Shriram.
Yes,
Yes.
Shriram, yeah.
Very good. Okay, great. Thanks all for confirming. Thanks all for confirming. Yogeshwaran, you have a PMI background. Looks good. Where you got it? So you joined PMI Institute. Okay, I'm trying to mute everyone. Background sound. Don't mind, I'm muting all. Thanks a lot. Let me bring up the content. What's happening? I'm trying to bring the first PMI Institute. So we'll kickstart from there. Okay. I believe you all watching out a web portal, what I'm sharing here. Okay, to kickstart, if anyone not aware of this institute, you are doing the certification from an institute called PMI, Project Management Institute, established in 1969. Pretty long time. This website is pretty cool, pmi.org or org website. It's open for all. Maybe you can create a login, register if you want. If you don't want, just leave it. But go ahead and visit some of the content. I'm talking about certification, which is here. Certification types, where you will see your ACP. The colors, earlier it was white color background, was pretty good, but blue doesn't go well so far. Maybe they have to change a lot of stuff, but still things are good. They have a ACP certificate here. But what I want you to see is not the certificate. Go to the learning events and see what are the learnings they have, and publications, what are their publishing articles. Read some of their articles. That's pretty good. PMBOK guide, practice framework, and PMI Standard Plus. I'm liking this. Did anyone visited this PMI Standard Plus? If you're not visited, I would recommend you to visit it. It has a good amount of content, You are going to be surprised, man, lot of content. Yes. So attending and listening to the classes one portion, other portion is please go to these websites and read some article. Shriram, can I do this regularly? You can, but I'll tell you at some time you'll get bored of this. So do at least weekly once or twice. Set a time for yourself. Every Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. I'm just giving a time. You will any cost read one article here. How it's going to help me, Shriram? See, knowledge, I keep telling that doesn't settle with one class or one certificate. It should be a continuous flow. So now what I'm seeing is the Standard Plus is they are inviting the top people in the world to write articles about the real life situations or real life events happening, expecting you to read these articles, which will give you good amount of real knowledge to talk. So they started putting subscriptions also. By the way, one thing I'm feeling that PMI is getting into more of commercial, which was not there earlier. I don't know, maybe the management has changed a little bit in PMI. PMI don't do this usually. PMI usually don't charge. They charge apart from exam, they won't charge anything. But recent days, I'm seeing that they started charging for the practice exams they give. They're charging for this kind of classes. But it is worth the money, I'll tell you, because the content is good. Anyway, PMI, if somebody listen to this, they have to be a little cautious. This is an education service. They shouldn't charge for everything. But anyway, now it is a chargeable. So you have to go and charge for it, but still you'll get a lot of article. You can see here, it has a lot of article to read, which will be helpful for you. And as a common man, what I expect you to is go here, go to the certification, browse the Pmi-ACP. There are a lot of certificates. Let's browse ACP. ACP is one of the certificate which talks about Agile. Predominantly, this is the one talks Agile. Another one is a Disciplined Agile Framework. If you heard about DAD, Disciplined Agile Framework, that is totally a little different, like a scaled Agile. I will talk when I go deep into the class. For now, get to this certificate website, please browse through some of the criteria, what they expect from you to become an ACP. Again, we'll talk this in the classes. Mostly you can see this number. If you are from India, this is your exam fee. If anyone is with a membership of PMP, already you got a membership, I think you're going to save some good amount of money. Good amount of money you will save if you have a membership. Okay, it's a different story altogether. If you don't have a membership, again, for membership also, there is a cost they're going to charge you. PMI is charging. I will not tell no. They have a charges. We have to go for it. But if you feel worth, go for it. If not, it's your choice. Membership is not a force. It's something about your choice. You have to go for it. Okay, with this, let's get to the content. Here is the content. Let me see some chat messages. Hey, fine, Batma. Thanks for joining. Batma joins from mobile. That's fine. See, the one good thing about Zoom is you can listen from mobile, iPad, or laptop or television. Whatever it is, the quality will be good. Some of the features may not be available when you go for mobile. If not, listening wise, it's going to be good. So now, how the class is going to happen? Classes, how it works is for us, we'll have few slides to talk about. I will have some content to present, and then you can ask questions, and I will also clarify your questions then and there. And again, we will go for some of the short videos in between the classes. And then we will go for a workshop where you will have a project to do. This is the flow it's going to be. In every few chapters, I will have a couple of questions. I will have some exam model question. We cannot simulate PMI exactly, but we'll have some decent questions here. Those questions, how to answer, we will discuss. This is the flow it's going to happen. Every chapter, I will throw some questions. Apart from that, there is a game. Every chapter, 7 chapters, all the chapter will have a game. The game means a browser-based loading game. The game will have some questions popping up. We will get answers from you, and I will be filling those answers as you keep telling me. So that will give some points for us. How much points you gain in that game, we'll watch out. Kind of making us to feel a little more comfort on learning process. So that's how it's going to be. This class is going to be 21 contact hours for your examination. Yeah, that's how it is. If you are a PMP certified person, you will get the 21 hours as PDU, Professional Development Unit. Since you are developing your knowledge, PMI Institute says that, hey guys, you have developed your knowledge, you can fill it. This is for certified people. If you are preparing for the exam, no, it's only for the certified people, you can fill it. So that's some benefit you get here. So it's going to be 21 hours, but we will go a little extra hours, maybe 25, 26 hours, the classes will happen for us. So that's a plan. Okay, let me see. Okay. Yogesh is asking ACP and discipline Agile are the same. Okay. Batma, your answers are going to me one direct message. You have to put the public Batma. Batma is answering something for you, Yogesh. But Batma, you can copy paste that in the public. It's not to him. Okay, that's how it is. So now coming back, what Yogesh is putting a question is ACP are same. If it is same, an institute will not have two certificates. That's a basic thing. So it's not same. Now ACP, this question is always there. Which Agile is good? I'll take 5 minutes to explain this and get to the subject. Which Agile is better? There is nothing called better. Everything has its own value. It depends on our life experience. Where are we? It depends purely on our experience. Do I need to go by car? Do I need to go by the bus? Do I need to go by the flight? It's up to you. Nobody says this is right, that's wrong. It's up to you. How much speed you want to go? What is the capacity of value we have? Money and time, this all counts. That's how it is. Coming back here to give a basic idea, there is something called CSM, Certified Scrum Master. This is pretty famous 7-8 years back, 5 years back, 3 years back, now slowly going down. The reason is Scrum Master is a certification which helps you to learn how a Scrum team works. 5 to 6 people, 10 people, how to work as a team with some basic knowledge. It's still now some companies prefer this certificate for the junior level people who are entering to the system. If you want to go next level, the level where you have to learn Agile to the depth. Now it's not Scrum, Agile. Scrum is one of the methodology in Agile. Agile is a concept. In a concept, there are multiple methodologies. Scrum, Kanban is a methodology, XP is a methodology. So this methodology, one of the methodology is Scrum, which is got famous. How it got famous? Value is interesting, easy to accept, and marketing. Marketing, yeah. There is a team called Scrum Alliance. They made a good marketing, like how Scaled Agile is doing now. So they made a good marketing 10-15 years back, and it picked up very well. Sales all happened. Americans earned a lot of money. That's how it is. Okay, it's a hard side. Yeah, it's slightly hard side. They do a lot of marketing there. But actual Agile, if you want to learn very deep inside, what all inside Agile, what is lean management, what is extreme programming, then obviously ACP is a certificate. Why? Anything from PMI has a value. Shriram, the word anything is so hard. Yes, I will agree. But PMI Institute take enough care on the content. This I will debate in any market. PMI Institute has a best team to choose the best content. So ACP is one of the best certificate to explain the Agile broad and depth. So if somebody want to learn about project management plus Agile plus leadership, then they go for PMP. Now, if somebody want to learn Agile to the depth, ACP is the best certificate. Second, Yogesh, I'm coming to a question. Third one is Agile, when you do as a team, it's good. If I want to do more than 2 teams, 3, 4, 5, or number of teams are big higher, the goal and vision is so bigger, I cannot go with a small level of doing. I have to enlarge it. The enlargement is going to be called as scaling. Scaling means scale it up, scaling bigger. Scaling bigger can be called as LESS, large scale Scrum, that is in the market. There is something called Scaled Agile framework that's in the market. One of that is called Discipline Agile. Discipline Agile is a third party till 2 years back. Then PMI Institute acquired them. And now PMI Institute branded it. It's called Discipline Agile. It is trying to pick up, yet to pick up. It's still in the bottom level. But again, it is a little higher level scaling Agile. Hope, Yogesh, you got the answer. Let's go. Okay, what all going to be there in the classes? Classes going to have good amount of content. For a long time, PMI Institute did not change anything in the certificate called PMI-ACP. They always target PMP. PMP is a flagship program. PMP is a revenue program for PMI Institute. By the way, you all to understand that PMI is a private institute. They get a huge money in this certifications. Okay, certifications are only life for them, and you all are the one make them to live a great life. Imagine all over the world, 200 countries. People are paying $500 per exam. And then why not? It's a $1 billion company. It's a $1 billion company. Now, in that, the flagship program is called PMP. So they don't bother other certificate. They do, but they won't give such a focus like PMP because that's a flagship BMW Audi car for them. Then what happened here, Shriram? Agile, they declared long time, few years back, I'll tell you when, the ACP content. But again, in Agile, not much changed. From the year 2001, we are reading the same content. 20 years, we're reading the same content. Nothing changed. A little bit here and there, some update happened, then nothing changed, the same concept. So what you're going to read here is 7 chapters are there. In these 7 chapters, in Agile, you have to understand 2 things. One is being Agile, doing Agile. Have anyone heard this term called being Agile, doing Agile? Anyone? Somewhere I hear this, man. Somewhere they're talking about being Agile, doing Agile. If you heard about it, it's about being. First being is mindset. First, you have to accept mentally, oh, okay, this is how it works. Then only you have to work. See, sometimes if you go to a different country, a new country you land in, they will tell their own cultural way of living life. It may be you go to a different part of the world, right? You go to Asian countries, you go European, you go to there in North America, South America. You land somewhere, you will see same human being, same life, food, sleeping habits, all are same. But some of their culture, when you mix with them, you will feel, oh man, that's new. First day, 2-3 days it will take. Then you become a being Agile kind of, you start being and living with them. And then you start doing that. Right? We do that, right? That's why our people, when they go to different country, they don't throw the trash on the road. Once they land in our country, very happily, okay. So first you become a being person, then doing thing. It's a being is a mindset, okay. A person understood the behavior, any part of the world will not throw the trash because you got it. If you don't get it, it won't work. So now in Agile, they try to put something, how to be a person who can be reflex, Agile, and then do the things. Sure, what is a reflex, man? A reflex in sports, very common. A ball comes in, how quickly you turn, how quickly. So you mean, Shriram, only the people who are very quick can survive here? It's not about survival, right? Quick in action, quick in thinking. For this, you don't need to be a great sports person, but great thinking person. How can you think? How can you accept your own mistakes? There comes the game, right? Accepting your own mistakes. Yes. Here, we use a one keyword called transparency. Transparency is a very key word. Telling that we are transparent to tell that, yes, it's a mistake. I agree. Last 10 days, what we did, it was a mistake. Like this happened. So what's the point of agreeing? It means I won't do it again. Superb, right? If you don't agree, it's going to be a fight lifelong. If you agree, yes, I did a mistake. That's okay. Fine. Dissolve it. We'll go on, work it out next model. In Agile, they use another term called fail fast. Look at here. I'm using being Agile, doing Agile. I'm telling that transparency, another keyword, failing fast. Fail fast. What is it, man? You're telling fail fast, like a Fast and Furious. People tell don't fail. That was 30, 40 years back. 30, 40 years back, people tell don't fail. Now they say fail fast. It's okay, but don't fail end of your life. Fail today. You will recover tomorrow. I think it makes sense, right? I don't want to tell at the age of 75, my life is a failure. Very bad, right? At the age of 75, Shriram, you live up to 75? Maybe. In case if I live 75. I don't want to tell at the age of 75, my life was a failure. No. Let me do it right now. Fix it. Go to the next level of change. Same happens in project management. In project, I don't want to tell the last day of the project is a failure. Rather tell me on the 5th day of the project it's a failure. I'll fix it again. 6th day, I'll be better than 5th day. Superb. So now please write on the paper telling that being Agile, doing Agile, a terminology. Transparency is one terminology. Then what I said, the last one. Third one, I said something. Something I said. Fail fast. Perfect. Write it down. I'll tell you, if you go any interview, any level of meeting with Agile managers, use these terminologies, very basic one. that itself people feel that this guy started talking Agile. There's a starting point of thinking and doing Agile. With this, let me show some of the chapters. You see a pie chart here, and tell me which one is a big piece here in the pizza. The pizza, what you see here, can you tell me which one is a big piece? Which domain is a big piece? Let's see your observation skill.
Value-driven and stakeholder.
Value-driven.
Stakeholder is bigger.
Value-driven.
Value-driven and
Value
stakeholder.
driven.
Even principles.
Fantastic. So I'm seeing people telling, hey guys, a stakeholder is bigger. Someone says value driven is bigger. Fantastic, man. Value. What value bring to the market? Sensible big, right? Sensible size. If anyone reading recent management books, last 3-4 years of management books, every management book will have this word called value. I'm not sure how many of you are reading management books in the world. If you start reading management books, you will see this word value. Value will be always there. Okay. For example, if you go and read a PMP books, there will be there. PMBOK 7th edition, if you read, there also be value heavily. Agile books, value. From where this value came back, if you see that, Shriram, is it a new term? Somebody innovated from America? Nothing. It came from 1956 or 1943 timeline. The lean management. Have you heard about lean? L-E-A-N, lean. Shriram, I too want to be lean, man. I'm going to gym, can't become lean. This is a different lean. This is a lean management from manufacturing industry. There, they coined some of the terminologies. Of course, value is not derived with one methodology, but lean primarily talks about value. How do you reduce waste and bring value? So again, I'll tell you, Control C, Control V from Japanese. So now we have something called value-driven delivery. How you give value to the market. And we are giving value for the last 100 years. Why suddenly somebody talks value in Agile book? If you talk about it, a lot of wastage was happening. In 1970, 80, 2000 timeline, even today, many projects, wastage is pretty high. The leakage is very high. See, in agriculture, they try to reduce the wastage. The water should not be wasted. Human effort should not be wasted, right? The agriculture, fruits or vegetables coming out should not be wasted. But unfortunately, many countries, the wastage is very high. Even today, country like India, in agriculture, wastage is very high. I don't know how many of them spending time to analyze it and fix it. If you fix that itself, you can come out of the poverty line. That much of wastage we are doing. But how do you fix it? Somebody like you and me has to work on this, right? How do you bring the value to the market? So what do you mean by value, Shriram? We have to see first reduction of wastage and also understand which is important to the market. Don't do everything which is unimportant. Show something important. So watch out here, 20% of your exam questions targeting value. Superb, right? So do anyone here know that how many questions an exam comes for PMI-ACP exam? Any guess?
120.
120, fantastic. That's a good number. Rightly said. 120. And exam, oh, Sumant says 180. Sumant, no. Sumant says 180. PMI don't have that idea. Sumant, don't give them this idea. Because, hey, Salo, good to see you, man. I'm missing your dance move. I'll catch up in video soon. Okay, coming back here, Sumant says 180 questions. 180 questions for PMP. PMI don't have an idea. They may increase after seeing your comment. But this 120 questions is going to be of a 3 hours of duration. You can write at your home with your laptop, Proctor model. You can write in the center. It's up to you. This exam goes one stretch, no break. One stretch, 3 hours, you'll complete the exam. Kadam over. Okay. But I recommend PMI should give a break. At least one break should be given after 60, 70, 80 question. People can't sit, right? 3 hours continuously. You need a human being, man. We need a natural call. We have to go take a sip of water, come back. It's all possible. Okay, coming back here. So we have a few more domains here. Domain 1, domain 2, domain 3, domain 7. I'm going to take classes each domain one by one. Some of the domains I'll have workshop. Some of the domains we have questions. Some of the domains we have videos. Some of the domains we will have games. So it's going to be interesting session, learning all together. right? That's the idea. So now I'll talk few things about the exam here, introduction. Then what I've did is, this is about being agile, okay? Being agile part. And most of this will be doing agile. Heavily doing agile will happen in this place. Okay. So now this is a heavy part, doing agile. Here is a place you'll talk about how to write a user story. How a user story will be estimated, Fibonacci sequence, story points, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 5 point. This is a biggest confusion for everyone in the world. How to do story points? Still now we are wondering who thought that. Don't think it's a great thought. It's not a great, it's a normal thought. I don't know, somebody made the story points, still people are confused with that. And end of the day, it has to be calculated by hours and days only. Then only you can do the billing. Anyway, we'll talk when I go there. And we have some of the factors about how to do roadmap, all plannings we'll talk about here. This is a more, and risk management is discussed here, and how to improve continuously. This is a last task in PMP exam. Task number 36 is continuous improvement. So that's one of the item here in Pmi-ACP. If anyone coming from PMP from 2021, you will see amount of relevance here. Anyone here from 2021 PMP?
Yes, Sriram.
Yes.
Bunch of people here. Okay. You all will start feeling, oh man, I know this, man. I've heard this. Okay, that's cool. I have people from before 2021 PMP. Okay, for them, they have seen in the book, but not read depth. For them, it's going to be some of the topics will be new for them. However it is, we're going to learn as a collective team. Thanks all for your replies. Let's move forward. Where is my mic pen? All good. Let's travel through the slides. Okay, by the way, this is PMI Institute. Sunil Prashar is moving. Prashara is the CEO now. Who's the next CEO? Why should I bother, Shriram? Anyway, they're not going to give me salary. Okay, then let's leave it. So Sunil Prashar is moving out of PMI Institute and the new person is coming in. I don't know whether Sunil passed PMP. Maybe he tried PMP, then he felt, let me resign. Okay, now credentials, CAPM, it's for junior level, PMP, ACP is here. Fantastic, ACP is here. It's one of the biggest institute and a bunch of people around and a huge amount of money, all fun happening there for them. Okay, Batma says he passed every PMI certificate. Super, Batma. Thanks for tracking that. Appreciate it. Okay, let's go. Some of the certificates we are talking here is PMP, Pmi-ACP, and Scaled Agile. So what is this exam, Sriram, if you ask me? Some of the exams, which is, this is purely of leadership, lot of management, predictive, adaptive, hybrid model. All will be discussed in this, including Agile. It's purely Agile, pure Agile in the sense of it talks about Scrum, Kanban, XP, and lean management. We'll go deep inside how an Agile team works. Here, it talks about scaling, how to make it, enlarge it. What do you mean by enlarging? When you want to do with more number of team members, higher goal, having Scrum, Kanban, XP, lean. Collectively, it will do a large scale. So people generally learn agility depth here. They learn advanced here to see how to apply for the bigger teams. That's also possible, right? That's how it is. Okay, there's a question from Ankur. What is business analysis? Are you talking about the certificate, Ankur? The previous one?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, there is a PBA.
The last one.
Yeah, PBA. This is for business analyst. Where talk like a product owner, PO. We recently have a lot of certificates. Something like that. It talks about how to do a effective business analyst role. So as a business analyst, what all you have to consider to start a project, do a project, and complete a project. Yeah, there is a role called business analyst, right? And this person understands the whole domain, how to observe the requirements, how to pass it to the team, and how to follow up with that. So it purely talks about the way of doing business and domain knowledge. That's what business analysis. It was pretty famous even now, but again, after the role PO came into picture, it is still stable, but not super demand. It is in a stable state now.
Thank you,
We
sir.
got that. Very good. Okay, a little about me. Sriram Kumar. I possess some certificates with me. I'm helping people with the PMP, ACP, and Scaled Agile. I do possess some of the technical factors like DevOps happens through. And sometime I used to take training on DevOps. Now I stopped it because it's not in a high demand now in the market, which is available in YouTube itself. And SVC is a program consultant, which helps me to consult some of the organizations to improve agility. A little about me. I do a job Monday to Friday in a company, and Saturday, Sunday, help people with knowledge, right? Okay, your first name is very important. Okay. Okay, great. Thanks all for these inputs. Let's move on. Now, what are you going to do? More than me, it's about you. We have to listen to you. Now, I believe we had half an hour of time. At least you are a little bit ready. If some of you are ready, we can come on the cam. I'm going to split the team into two, and we're going to have a hello to each other, and then we'll come back. Shall we do that quickly? 5 minutes. All right, let's do 5 minutes and come back. Say hello to one another, and that makes interesting. Just a minute, just a minute. Okay, breakouts. I'm dividing the room into two, so you will all say a hi to each other, just a hi, and say where you come from. And if you have any agile background, give a little heads up. Nothing more than that needed. And then we'll come back, we'll start it. Anyhow, we are going to meet again in some of the activities where you have to work as a team. That's the reason you have to do a warm up now. If you meet now, you get a friends now, and the same friends or other friends, you're going to work in the workshop. That's important. Great. Let's do it. How many minutes? It's going to be 5 minutes. 5. Is it 5 enough, Shriram? Not 5 enough. Let's make 7. Huh? 7 is a good number, right? Cristiano Ronaldo number. Let's go for that. Let's do. Okay, welcome back. So Rona, you found a person in the same group, but in a different building. Is it so?
He's in a different line of business, and I think he's in Mumbai.
That's okay.
Yeah, that
Internet
doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. With internet now,
As long as I
Mumbai.
find somebody to choose, as long as I have somebody to their brains, I'm good.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
I don't want Sachin to get psyched. Okay, he's not going to come for your class tomorrow.
Nice. Okay. Right. Let's get back. Do we have everyone here? Okay. We have to get a few more people from other room. Okay. Okay. Next room also coming in. Nice to have. Was it good to say hi to people around? Did you feel good? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to say hi to people around. I know this usually classroom trainings will be so nice because we see people around, sitting around. Okay, see, human being has this trend, right? We watch their dress code, how they walk, what they eat, what they do. We try to see, are they same like our human being or from alien creatures? Okay, this we do every time. Every time you go to shopping mall, you go to any function, you keep on watching this guy walking in 2 legs or some other thing. So it's a human nature. Once you feel that this person also like me, nothing different. So this person will not do anything harm to me. So point is, the more you connect with people, the better you are. And this kind of meets will help a little bit. I won't tell it's so great like personal meet, but at least you meet some people and talk to them, you get some idea. The point of mixing here is you get some people who can work with you in future for the learning process, life growth process. It's needed. So better to have a good relationship with the people around here who are also like-minded. If someone can wake up in the early morning on a weekend to read, a person can stay late night on the weekend to read, it means the person is willing to grow in life. So meeting like-minded people is not that easy. So you get a forum to meet. So pick up this and have a good friends and relationship, which will help you to learn faster various technologies, right? Thanks all for doing that. And people watching from YouTube, sorry guys, you would have missed this stuff, but still I have Sudeep, Santosh, Dixit. Great, thanks all for watching this. Let's get back to the content. You're free to keep your cam and mic off mode, appreciated. Oh, Batma says, don't everyone get a chance to speak. Oh, is it Batma? Don't worry, we'll do one more round later. I think I gave 7 minutes. If it's not sufficient, we will do one more. Maybe tomorrow we will connect again to talk about hello. Is that fine? Oh, Batma, sorry about it. So I am good. Thank you. Okay, good. So Batma, for the benefit of all, can you say about you so that people can listen to you, since we missed to listen to you? Are you fine? Yashwant also missed. Yogeshwaran also missed. Okay, let's listen to Batma and Yogesh quickly, and then we'll jump to driving. Okay, while driving, Batma, be careful. My God, I'm scared when you say you're driving. Be watchful. Yogesh, quick heads up. Where are you from? What do you do? Yes, Yogesh. Yogesh, your mic has some trouble, I believe. Sorry, Yogesh, there is some trouble in your mic. Shall we do it again? Better? I know you're talking something, but it is coming to different tune. It's giving some music tune. Let's park it. We'll go. Thanks all for putting your cam and mic off mode. Appreciate it. I'm getting back to the content here. Now you should be able to see the slide. Let's move forward. Here it goes. Okay, just some information I want to share with you. A certificate is issued like this, and it is a 3 years validity, Pmi-ACP. And this is the usual blue or violet color of PMI Institute. And this color and this certificate is for Pmi-ACP. And it will have a number here. This is a number which will be validated for your next 3 years of time. Within this 3 years, you will collect some Pdus to get yourself renewed to continue this certificate. Right. Now, how exam results comes? Exam results will be pass or fail. Either 2 words will be used. Below that, they will tell some of the grades which you gained. The grading system is all about 7 domains or 7 chapters. The more you stay in the green color, you clear the exam. The more you go to the amber and red, chances are we may lose the exam. But very rarely somebody fails in ACP. Shriram, is it? Very rarely, because if someone coming from PMP world, they will feel, oh man, again another big. Not at all. You won't even feel that heaviness. But exam questions, yes, we have to prepare. There is a way of answering. It won't be like a normal certificate. Definitely it will have some value. At the same time, it won't be so tough. If you prepare for 3 to 5 or 6 weeks max, a decent preparation, you will easily clear the examination. Shriram, what do you mean by decent preparation? I'll show you some of the books, what to read and how much you have to read. So this is on the certificate part. So Shriram, how did it got 23? I mean, I got renewed recently. I believe December 2020 it got end, I believe. Then I renewed it. Okay, before we go to the examination, you have to show this much of experience in your career towards examination. 1 year general experience, 8 months of agile experience. So how to fill this, how to write the application, how to give the description, that's all my responsibility. You just forget about the application. I will take care. What to do, I'll tell you. Not now, we'll do later in the sense of how to fill the application process. For now, just understand that it is 1.8 years experience expected overall. Okay, that's a message. On the, here it is. The exam is going to have 120 multiple choice questions, and to maintain the things, you have to earn 30 Pdus. In PMP, it is a 60, year 30, half of it, and 120 multiple choice questions. No different variety of questions is not here. Like in PMP, you have a match the following, true or false, fill in the blanks, nothing here. All are only multiple choice questions. You should possess 21 contact hours. That's why you are in the class today. And 12 months, I mean, 1.8 years of experience. That's what needed. And this part, don't worry, I'll explain how to do, how to fill. You may be from any industry, you may be from any form of job. Don't worry, I will help out because we follow a specific template, and I will talk to you personally to understand what is your experience, how to fill it, right? That's how it is. So anyone from different country, you have to follow this dollar format for your exam application, right? That's a format. For India, I think I showed around 23K, and it's, sorry, 25. And again, for a non-member, it is 38. This is people from India, and this is from people in other country where you have to pay. And coming on the examination, out of 120, 20 questions will be pre-test questions. Shriram, what is this pre-test, man? PMI do research on every exam to see how people are answering the questions. So they'll place some 20 questions here and there to see how you're answering. And those questions can be used for upcoming exams, right? That's a pre-test questions. So now you can immediately ask me the question. So I have to ignore those 20 and answer 100 questions. The answer is no. You don't know which is those 20 questions. It will be mixed. For you, you have to answer all 120. There is no doubt in that. To be transparent, to be honest, PMI has mentioned it. We are doing 20 questions as pre-test. There they stop, right? That's all. That's how it is. You don't need to worry about, do I need to answer this 20 or stuff? For you, all 120 you have to answer. That's a message. Sachin is asking, what can we do to renew this 30 PDUs? Very good question. Sachin, there is multiple ways. One of the ways in PMI website, there'll be a lot of webinars. When you listen to the webinar, let's say 2 hours, 1 hour, you get some points. You listen some of the classes. I'm not sure with the JP, you have a tie-up with the PMI Institute. Some of the organizations, they have tie-up with the institutes. If they conduct a program inside your corporate, that hours also counted for the PDUs. 2 is very rare. Third one is, we call as PMI Chapter. If you are from Mumbai, there'll be a PMI Mumbai Chapter. What do you mean by chapter, Shriram? Like a Lions Club, where you will go to this chapter, like-minded people, they will talk about agility, talk about management, listen for 1 hour, you will get some points. And then the very interesting thing is going for another certification. If you go for a scale level certificate, you sit for 2 days, they'll give you 16 hours, which will be added as PDU. Something like this, you keep adding more points for your learning process, right? Vignesh is putting same PDU can be used for PMP and ACP. Which PDU? If it is acceptable, they'll use it. If not, you cannot use it, right? They will count either of one. Right. Because you are learning something which is usable for your certificates. So possibly, if it is acceptable, they'll take it in. Okay, this is the 7 domains which I was talking to you, and I believe we saw this domain details. In this domain, can you tell me any domain which talks specifically on people? You see anything on specific on people?
Team performance.
Stakeholder.
Very good. Got it. So you have something on stakeholder and something on team. This is nearly how much? 16 plus 17, 33% of questions are going to be on the people side. So what other things are not people? Everything is about people only, but this is very specific. Here we talk about all the people around on the project. Stakeholder means broader, very broad. You will talk about the internal core team. You will talk about senior management. You talk about a customer who is going to receive this deliverable. We'll talk all about that. Here we talk about how to improve their performance. Specifically, you may use a Tuckman rule. You may use a Shuhari rule. There is a rule. We may use velocity. Velocity is a way of finding a team is doing good. We may talk about retrospective. How retrospective improve the team. So here we talk about the people and their performance improvement consistently. How to do that. So people oriented, there'll be good focus, and we'll talk about it. And this is a place you called about mindset. I was talking about being agile. Even this will have a lot of being agile. Right? And these all become a doing agile. And here it talks about the planning. This is the area, even though 12% question comes in, this is the area you use in day-to-day life. A lot of things will come from here about your story estimation, sizing, t-shirt sizing, all comes here. This is a risk management. In Agile, risk management is very lightweight. We'll talk that and about process improvement. Relatively, it's a very small content-oriented exam, nothing to worry. But at the same time, you have to spend at least 3 weeks minimum to read all this content. When you say 3 weeks, how many hours, Shriram? At least you have to read 2 to 2.5 hours in a day. If you can catch up, 3 weeks is a sufficient time. Lesser the hours, more the week it will go. One reading is good, and taking chapter tests in the book, what I'm going to show you is good. And then 3 full exams, if you practice, you are good for main exams. That's good. Let's go a little more. Here it goes. Books to read. These are the list of books recommended by PMI. Can somebody tell me how many books you see here? Can somebody quickly tell me, count on it and tell me how many books you see here?
12.
12 books. God, man. 12 books is pretty high, isn't it? See, if anyone coming from PMI, PMP, you may tell, man, there are only 10 books there. Okay, here 12 books are given. PMI Institute, whenever they define something for the exam, they will not tell, read this book and come straight away. They will give only something called content outline. Have you heard this term? Content outline. ECO. Have you heard this term? There is a terminology used in PMI Institute called ECO, exam content. I like the way this PMI do, these guys are trendsetters. What they do is, they will not tell this book. They'll tell, these are the bullet points I'm expecting you to possess knowledge. So you mean you will ask all the questions as bullet point? No. In this, we'll choose something we'll ask. How do you choose? Randomly. Oh, really? That's how the PMI do. PMI set up some bullet points. So the bullet points all going to be of ECO, exam content outline. Now, where to read these bullet points? These bullet points are spread over the world. However, they tell these 12 books may have this information. Be very, very careful. May have, doesn't mean must have. All the book must, no. Some will be here, some will be here, some will be here, some will be here. That's it. So Shriram, you want me to read all 12 books? It's going to be tough. Apart from this, there is one book which is in the market which possesses better knowledge. That book is called what? That book is called Mike Griffith. Amazing guy. He written one beautiful book. And this book has information specifically for the exam. Then why PM is not recommending? It's the deal within them. We don't know why. What's the deal there? Mike Griffith book is not recommended here. But Mike Griffith book is an exam book. PMI won't talk anything on exam book. PMI talk about knowledge book. These are knowledge books. If you go and read these books, you'll get a knowledge out of it, right? Whereas the Mike Griffith book is a pure exam book. Shriram, you're a little confusing me. If you feel that, quick heads up to you for a preparation. I will show you what book you can read. Here it goes. Okay. So forget about the stuff about a tall book, all the books. We'll take some books which is decent to read. The very decent book I recommend is Mike Griffith book ACP. Is very easily available in the market. You have it. You will have it. Okay. So it's a very good book to read. 7 chapters. I believe 350, 400 pages will be there. I assume so. Now, if you read through that, every chapter will have chapter test. You'll take a chapter test and then you'll complete all the chapter within 3-4 weeks of time. Then you go for 3 practice exam and go to main exams. This book alone enough to clear the exam. But what happened, what I'm telling is, nowadays I'm expecting people to read the Agile practice guide also, because it has some essence which is not there in ACP, Mike Griffith book. Some of the way of explaining, like servant leader, they explain really well in chapter number 4. In chapter number 3, they talk about predictive adaptive model a little better way. In annexure, they have some appendix, they have some content added, which is really interesting, which is not there. So for that reason, I would say reading 2 books is enough. But anyone here tells that, Shriram, I'm not here for getting only certificate, man. I want to know the Agile. I want to feel it, man. I want to use it. I want to go to the depth. I'll tell Essential Scrum is a very decent book. I'm reading a couple of books also, but Essential Scrum, I'm feeling very nice book, which is well explained. This you can read as a knowledge. If you want to flip pages and get knowledge about Agile, do this. But Shriram, we have a lot of article in internet, man. Can I read that? Of course, you can read it. I'm not stopping you. But the article, sometimes what happens is too much of content. You click, it'll drive you to different places. You don't know where are you going. Whereas when you have a book in front of you, you have a pencil marking, chances are you may connect better. If you agree with me, book makes a little better. I would tell, go ahead, utilize a physical copy, and it's better for you. So now you have 3 books in this. In this, my recommendation is first 2 books. Are you aligned? Are you good with me? Are you good with me? Okay. Yes. Fantastic. Fantastic. So these are the books expected for your examination preparation. In this, most of you would have read already the Agile Practice Guide, which is part of PMI, PMP. You would have read it. So you're halfway done. If you read few chapters in the ACP here, 75% done. So you're going to learn here only 25% more and clear the exam. Someone starting from the scratch, expect you to first read this. Parallelly, try to read this book also, right? That's expectation. Very good. Don't stop yourself. Ask any questions if you have doubts. People from YouTube, you're free to put questions in the chat. We'll try to answer you. Okay, coming back. How to fill the experience part. As I said earlier, it's my responsibility. However it is, I will have certain way of writing it. What is the goal? How the execution happens? How you do iterative way? How the process improvement happens? I have derived a template how to fill a form. So when you're ready for the exam, I will sit with you to fill this form, or I'll work it out on your form, what you filled in. So form filling and exam application is my responsibility. You can just not worry about it. Good. Up to this, you're good. You got some basic idea about 7 chapters are there. We know that being Agile, doing Agile. We know there is something called transparency, fail fast, right? Accepting the mistakes. And these are basic. Accepting mistake is a very easy thing. Not at all. But that's a trend in the market now. If you feel it's wrong, yes, it's wrong. Nothing wrong. Tell them, yes, it's wrong, but I will come back again. That's important. If you come to that mindset, your leadership role is going to be really good. And people coming to the Agile courses here, you are either in the middle of your career in a sense of getting to leadership role or already in leadership role. Point is, listen to these classes as if you are going to be the best leader in the market in the next 2 to 3 years of time. So I keep telling classes learning is not for today, it's for upcoming years. What you put the seed today, it's going to grow up in some months and years of time. So learn in that mindset, not immediate over a period of time. Definitely immediately give impact. I'm not saying no, but again, in the long run, it's going to give a higher benefit. So let's listen for a long run. Okay, that's a message. All right, let's jump inside. We'll start with Agile principles and mindset. This is domain number 1. I'm going to start here. I'll do a few minutes and then we'll go for a break because you're sitting with me for the last 1.5 hours. So we'll go by break by 9 a.m. IST. Okay, I'll start with a short video which talks about what is Agile mindset. We'll listen to the short video and come back. And when I say I want to listen the short video, I have to share sounds, check the sound system. I believe everything is good. I believe everything is good. Good. Okay, let's play.
Written in 2001, basically software methodology people came together and wanted to articulate the different way of working that they had been doing compared to what the rest of the industry was doing. Really, Agile is a mindset, it's a way of thinking that's defined by 4 values, described by 12 principles, and then manifested through an unlimited number of practices or different ways of working. And it's simply a deep understanding and culture of learning and experimentation and trying things out. Any creative work will benefit from this notion of an Agile way of working. One of the misconceptions about Agile is sort of why, right? Why do I want to become Agile? Is it just to be more efficient and more effective? And I think for some people, they may say yes, but for me, it's not that. It really is about customer centricity. Agility is the best way to serve your customer, right? The customer today is in a constant state of motion. There's a lot changing for customers at all times. And acknowledging and understanding that because I want to be more customer centric and that the customer is in a constant state of change, I need to be more flexible, agile in the way I work. And when I say I'm saying, marketing people, HR people, finance people, product development, content creators, sales, any discipline, any function that is trying to serve a customer. Agile becomes a necessity, not a nice to have, because you will not be able to truly surprise and delight and fulfill the needs of your customer without having a way of working where we are co-creating and trying things out and experimenting and inspecting and adapting and innovating and being okay with failure. It is a different mindset. It is a different set of capabilities. And I think if you just boil it down to doing things differently, that's all you're going to do. You're just going to do a bunch of things differently. But if you want to be a different person that is ready for, the next century of how business is done and creative work and customer centricity, that requires a journey, a learning journey for yourself. But it's a journey worth pursuing because it will change you, and it will change the way you work, and it will change what you can do for your customer.
Okay, hope it is good, interesting. You got some info? Okay. By any chance, can we get the access or soft copy of all the book which Sachin? We will talk books, don't worry. Did you got the content? Are you observing what I'm playing video? You're worried about the books now. Fine. So sure, Sachin will help you. Nothing wrong. But how many of you got the message in this video? Did you got the message that customer centricity is very important? Are you able to get that? Are you able to get that? This particular Agile is not all about talking about change, right? It's something about marketers keep moving and how much we are able to adapt to that, how much you are able to serve that, right? So what are the key things do anybody observed in this particular video? Did anyone observe some key points? Let me see what people are observing here. So surprise. Do everyone got the video? You saw the video?
So there was a mention about business agility.
Right.
The non-IT departments can also be agile, like sales, marketing, etc.
Interesting. That's interesting. That's what I want to catch up from most of you here. Non-IT team also part of it, right? It's not about only the core team. More than the word IT, I have to come out of the IT. Agile is not no more only for IT. Agile is for all the industry now. So it is not only for the core, the working team. It's beyond that. They're talking about marketing. They're talking about sales. They're talking about the human resource. How can everyone join hands to become agile? How can everyone go into customer-centric focus, right? That's what the Agile is talking about. Fantastic, you got it. Good. Selo is putting prioritizing the customer. Very good. Prasad says customer centricity. Sneha says we have to be more flexible towards customer centricity, and being okay with failure is important. Vinesh says flexibility to adapt constant change. Very good. Superb. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Great. Great. Okay, great. Okay, great. Sachin, hope you are reaching out our team members. They will help you on the books. Don't worry about the books and material, people in the class. It's not only for Sachin. I want to talk for everyone. Don't worry about the content, books, exam application, everything will be taken care. Only thing you have to worry is, can I focus and get prepared? That's what you have to do. So please stay focused on what you have to learn. Rest all we will take care. Okay, we just get inside. So now domain one, we talk about agile principles and mindset. What is the principle talks? It's an exam content outline. This page is from exam content outline, and they have given 7 domains. What they expect from you in the exam or leave the exam. What is expected from you as an agile principle? Explore, embrace, and apply agile principles. Apply is a keyword. Just not reading is enough. You have to apply it. And mindset within the context of the project team and organization. You have to do that. So you're going to do it the context of the project team and the whole organization, not only for you. So now, what's the difference? Some of them ask me, what's the difference between Scrum, CSM certification? Yep. I don't want to compare one-to-one, but I'll tell that here we talk more at the organization level, how to do. In fact, some of them go for the next certification called Scaled Agile, where you will see the same concepts explain a little more in the sense of applying agility at the organization level. So ACP certificate explains us a lot more about how to apply for the team and how to apply for the whole organization, right? Let's go. So before we jump further deep inside, I'm going to explain a little bit on the Scrum and Sprint model. Even though some of you have seen this picture already, just quick heads up so that you know what we're going to do. See, being agile is the first portion which you're going to do, then doing agile. So what I'm going to show you is that doing agile. If you know what you're going to do, your brain can think what you have to learn. So if you're not aware of things, you are very new to agile, there is a terminology used as iteration or a sprint. What it means, a short time box within which the team is going to achieve some value, some goal within short time box. Shriram, what do you mean by time box? Time box is fixed, maybe 1 week or maybe 2 weeks, 3 or 4. So who defined this, Shriram? It could be part of the contract when we sign with the customer, telling that, hey guys, every 2 weeks we'll deliver something. Every 3 weeks we'll deliver, every 4 weeks. So now this time box is going to help whom? Both the party, the customer as well the executing organization to deliver some value. Now, this sprint or iteration, how it works, we'll see how it in 5 minutes. And then this image will be used again after learning this whole chapter and see how this align there. So we'll keep seeing this picture again and again because this is what doing agile. What you're going to learn consistently here is a being agile, how to be an agile person. On top of that, you have to keep seeing how to do agile. When you see do and be continuously, chances are you may map very well. In your corporate, I'm sure you're following this. in a different shape, but message is same. Shape will be different. What do you mean by shape, Shriram? Team size will be different. The timing will be different. Some of your corporate will start on Monday sprint. Some will start on Wednesday sprint. Some will do demo on some day, planning on some day. So shape will be different, but the concept is same. So let's get the concept, then we'll go for the shapes. So I want to give a heads up that iteration and sprint are interchangeably used words. In Agile books, the word iteration is the right word. The methodology called a Scrum introduced a word called sprint. From there, the sprint became pretty famous. If not, iteration is the correct word in Agile books. Okay, that's fine. So there's a green line represent the time box. Shriram, what do you mean by time box here? If I'm going to do 2 weeks of sprint, I'm taking 2 as a default number here. The reason is many corporates are following 2 weeks of iteration or a sprint. When I say 2 weeks, it's going to be how many days? 2 weeks means. Anyone want to comment on that? How many days will be there if it is 2 weeks?
10 days.
10 days.
10 days, right? Decent 10 days. Very good. 10 days will be there, right? Because 2 weeks means other day I was taking interview for a senior manager and I was just asking what's the sprint size. He said 14 days. He said 14 days, where you got it? He said 2 weeks. 2 weeks, how come it will become 14 days? Then he says, oh yeah, it will be 10 days. So sometimes we shouldn't talk this with the customer, right? We're really careful. So now this is 10 days is a sprint timeline. Shriram, only 10, can't we expand it? No, you cannot. That's called time box. The time box. Shriram, will it had a pressure? No. That's what you're going to learn being Agile. In being Agile, you're going to learn why 10 days and will it had a pressure? No. You will feel more relaxed than before after you know this very well. So now there's a 10 days of timeline we take here. So in 10 days, what are we going to do here? We're going to do something. What do you mean by something, Shriram? When I say something, there is a goal. There is a goal to be achieved. G-O-A-L, goal. Okay, what is this goal? The goal could be bullet point 1, bullet point 2, bullet point 3. So these 3 you're going to achieve. So who defined this, Shriram? This is defined by the team themselves. Who is this team? The team which is running this iteration team. Okay, team could be a size of 3 people, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's give a number of 9 people a team member size. We don't go beyond 11 or 12. It's a bit bigger. So 9 team members join together. They decide, hey, this is what we're going to achieve. It's something like in a college days, 4 or 5 people will join together. Let's go for a movie. So what happened? There is a goal set. What to do? First, we'll go to the movie. We have a food in this restaurant, and then maybe go some out here and there, roaming around, and come back home. Time box is set, right? But their time will get extended. But here it won't extend. But time is time. Okay. There's 9 people agree within them. Hey, this is what we're going to do. But who decide all this stuff? I'll come step by step. There are some roles I will talk. Let's not go there. Let's talk about this 10. So this 10, what they do is in 10 days, every day they're going to work towards this goal only, nothing else. Nobody can disturb them. They will focus only on this. If really somebody has to disturb, that guy should be a super powerful guy like a product owner, sponsor, who can disturb them. If not, nobody has rights to disturb them. They'll focus. And only 10 days, man. If you want to change, do it 11th day. Why are you disturbing the team now? 10 days, leave them free. Let them work on what they decide. So every day they'll meet for 15 minutes to talk about what's happening. Hey guys, what's up? What's up, man? Kind of, right? So this American style usually, hey, what's up? Okay, nothing in the up, everything in the down only. So they keep talking 15 minutes every day just to connect how things are going up. You can ask, what's a big deal of doing this, man? Every day, man, it looks like pressure, right? It's not a pressure. See, sometimes it's suffocating. If I have a problem, I want to tell to someone. I want to ask some help with someone, right? If I don't know the solution, I'm going to sit for 8 days. 9th day, I'll tell, actually, I don't know how to do this. Rather, I would have said the 2nd or 3rd day, man, I'm stuck here, man. Somebody can help me. In this 8 member, 1 guy will be a superpower guy who will come and help me. Possibly, right? We'll talk more on this. But for now, every day, 15 minutes, I connect. Right? It goes, week 1 is over. Then week 2 happens. And finally, the last day, 10th day, whatever you completed, there it stops. So, Shriram, uncompleted, what will happen? It will go back. Go back means, I'll tell you where it will go back later. But for now, that 10 days, if I say 3 bullet points to be achieved, in this 2 only we achieved. Achieved means fully completed, 100% completed. This is only 80% completed. What do you do? That 80 also will not be accepted. Only 100% completed will be demonstrated to the customer. Here comes the customer. We have to demonstrate on the 10th day evening or 11th day morning, telling that, hey, Mr. Sponsor, here it is. We agreed to these things. We have done these things. And you said 3 points will complete, but you did 2 only. Nobody will question you. They will tell, okay, next time do better. That's it. I'll tell why they say like that later. Okay. Why they say it's okay, better. There is a reason behind that. So now, first thing, 10 days, we agreed 3 bullet points. Out of 3 bullet points, 2 achieved fully, 1 not achieved. Okay. Now we go to retrospective. After this demo happened, we go to retrospective. We'll sit and talk. What happened, man? Huh? We said 3, but we did only 2. What happened? Where we missed it? Something can be improved. Yeah, maybe the way we thought, maybe what we discussed, maybe we should not accept 3. We should accept only 2. Okay, that's okay. The team decision. They'll talk about this. See, retrospective is a place to look back. That's a way we traveled. We could have improved. Or we completed perfectly these 2 items, right? For these 2 items, we have to appreciate them. Fantastic, man. Good job. Actually, it's a big items, 2 items. You guys did a good job. Appreciation. So what went well? What can be improved? We talk there. A quick idea. This is doing agile, not being agile. Doing agile. Doing means every day you meet for some time. You do a review. You do a planning. You do a demonstration. Doing. Many think that just because they do this every day, they thought they're agile. That's a fun part in that. Many say, I am an agile person, sir. I'm in the company Scrum Master. I'm doing every day. Doing is different. Being is different. Mindset. Is it so different? You will realize it. As you move a little more in the classes, you start feeling that that's something we needed. When you have being agile very strong, this doing will happen smoothly. If not, this 15 minutes will be a painful mechanical job every day. Many corporates, it doesn't stop in 15 minutes meeting. Every day they talk for 45 minutes. Anyone in this room want to agree with me? Yes, Sriram, every day we meet, but it's kind of lengthy. We don't know what we talk. We keep talking problem every day, right? So it's a kind of, sometimes it goes like extended. The reason could be we didn't understand the essence of being agile. That's very important. Okay, now I'm seeing a chat here. Runa asks, can we have a single goal when you're working on developing multiple products in one sprint? One sprint. Okay, good. Now, point is, Runa, if you say multiple products in one sprint, it's slightly hitting. When you say multiple products, I don't think you will put 2 different products in one sprint. Will you? I doubt. If you do that, there will be a little confusion. You can put 2 different products in one sprint, but if it's multiple teams are there, if only one team of 8 to 9 people are going to work, they may focus on one particular product or a project which they are focusing on. So if that's the case, the goal will be aligned with that. We can divide, right? It will be a little tough for you. You cannot integrate it while you're delivering it. You cannot show the demonstration to the customer, different timeline. So generally, Agile recommends is you will have a people focused to one particular product, one particular project, and goal towards it, so that you will be aligned well. If you want, you can create one more team, 7 or 8 people who can focus on different things. When you have 2 different teams, they can have a Scrum of Scrum. That I will talk a little later. It's called scalability. But for now, you have to be one. That's better for us, right? So coming to Sneha, retrospective should be done after 10 days only, or we can do it on daily basis or alternate days. Sneha has a good question, right? Sneha is asking, guys, you know what? I want to see retrospective every other day. What if it is? That's a good question, Sneha. But point is, if you do every other day, people get fed up. You can't ask every day, right? Hey, what went well? What can be? So rather, we keep it in the 10th day. 10 is not too far. 5 is also not too far. 15 is also not too far. 10 is not too far. Just alternate week. Alternate week, you are connecting with the people to understand what happened. See, you have to give at least a little time for the team to work. Then only you can do retrospective, right? Every 2 days, if you do, chances are they don't get that space to think and do something. You have to allow that thinking process. So Agile books recommends end of that particular timeline, time box, then you go do, so that you don't disturb the team. I said, right, we shouldn't disturb the team. We'll not disturb the team for 10 days. We'll leave them free, let them work. When they complete, then we'll sit and talk what happened. That makes it a little more quantifiable. That's very important, right? You cannot just keep doing things. Hope you get it. Yes, Yogesh, there is a subject for retrospective. We're going to talk deep inside. As I said at the beginning, I'm giving a heads up on this. These all you're going to talk deep. Every area you're going to go deep. So for Yogeshwaran, I'm going to go very deep on every area. So just a highlight for you what you may be doing day-to-day life. I'm just connecting here because it's called doing Agile. Now I'll connect with the being Agile. It will start working for you, right? That's the intention. Okay, good. Thanks. I feel you're getting connected. Now, before we go for the break, I want to talk something on the two important thing to make the Agile work well. See, in this screen, I have two words. I didn't explain it. If these two words are properly written and defined, then only your Agile team works better. Can somebody guess what are the two words in the screen? In the screen, I have two words here. Arjit got it. Daily stand-up. No, Sneha. Arjit got 10 points. You all want to see that words where it is written there. I've given a short form in the screen. If you can see the screen, I've given a short form. DOR, yes. These are the two terminologies decides your Agile life. If you really want to be a better Agile person, Agile coach, Agile lead, Scrum master, Agile team person, whatever it is, your life is decided by only these two words. Sure, such a powerful words, absolutely powerful words. Okay, anyway, I'm going to talk more deep about it, but quick heads up. DOR, definition of ready and definition of done. This is written to tell what you mean by ready to start, what you mean by completed. If this is clear, then only we know what work to pick up to start. If I don't have a definition of ready, what is the definition of ready, Shriram? It's a document, 1 page or 2 page, prepared by the team. You mean a team sit and work? Yes. Team will sit and work within them, within the sponsor if they want. Understand, whenever I want to take some work to start doing the work, what all meant to be called as ready? I have bullet points. User story is properly written. User story has a story points. User story has acceptance criteria. No dependency is there. Even dependency is there, dependency is understood. Technical problems are not there. Even if it is there, we did understanding about it. Database connection is there. So all the team members are there. You have to have all these bullet points. Only when these things are met, that I will pick on the day one. So why is Shriram such a pressure? If you don't do that, if you pick up a work which is half a baked, if you pick up a work half a baked, you cannot complete on 10th day. What will happen? You need another 5 days to complete. Why? It's a half a baked work. When you take half a baked work, it will continue further. If you take a full baked work, okay, this is what I want to do. Clarity is there, then the 10 days will be good. Shriram, you said there, man. Is it easy? Not at all easy. It will take time. A team has to come to the rhythm, means it will take 3 sprints to set to the common track. Okay, I'll talk when I come to the subject. Again, this is doing Agile. I'm telling how a sprint works at the basic level. Right? You have to go deep inside. Now, when you have a DOR properly written, who will write this? Team will write it. Bullet points can be there. We'll upgrade it, remove it, edit it. It'll be a document. Just save in the folder. Whenever you want as a Scrum Master, you'll open and see, okay, these are all the bullet points to follow. You have to educate the team members. Guys, whenever you pick up a work, you have to follow this bullet points. Or is it only this? Shriram, I feel I want to add this more. Yeah, please. We'll talk about this, add about it. It's not only for the sprint. For everything you do a work in Agile, you will have a DOR. Maybe I've given some of the YouTube video also about what is DOR, DOD. If somebody have time, listen to that video. I've given a short video. Quick thing here, I gave an example there. In the morning hours, 6 to 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., you can see family member in the kitchen. They take some item from the refrigerator and keep it on the table. to get the coldness to go down, chillness. What item they pick up? They pick up the item which all they need to start their breakfast or lunch. Now, message is they have some points to observe. When only these vegetables, ingredients are ready, I will start my breakfast preparation. So point is definition of ready. Definition of ready is I have these items on the table to start my work. If I don't have that, she or he may ask, hey, can you buy this in the market? I don't have a salt. I don't have a sugar. I don't have a milk packet. Now what is happening? I'm filling up the gap of dependency before I start the work, not middle of the work. If middle of the work, milk packet is not there, sugar is not there, the lunch or breakfast preparation is going to be delayed. You can't work in time box. I don't want to map one-to-one with the kitchen stuff, but I'm telling that its readiness is very important, right? We'll talk about DOD after the break. Before that, do anyone has a basic question here?
There is, but there is a, shall I share the runtime experience while applying these things? It will take 2 minutes.
Sure. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, please, Sankur, go ahead.
Actually, due to onshore-offshore model, nowadays this is a global delivery model that onshore is the one who takes care of the client and all. So what is happening in current state that everybody, means for us, onshore is a client now. Everybody forgets about these sprint planning, retrospective and all, definition of ready and DOD done as well. What everybody wants, okay, you are giving us a 10 days sprint or an iteration. These 10 days should be 100% productive. And there the gap comes because nobody knows what is definition of ready. It is just at high level, which are, there are some few objectives, maybe 1-liner, 2-liner or 4 lines, but that is considered as a business case. They never come up with the exact requirements, and one sprint will become 5 sprint or 4 sprint or iterations where you just engage with the backlog and nobody is able to understand you. So this is the big critical issue which is happening to being agile instead of doing agile. And
yeah, I agree with you, Ankur. Even in a well-tuned companies, they have the same problem. Okay. See, it's to answer your question, I will not tell, yeah, that's a problem. You have to continue the problem. No. So answer the question, Ankur, what is happening is we are still in the transition mode. See, even though we called last 20 years, we're talking agile in the world, still we are in the transition. The reason is the organization top layer, the people who become a top manager 10 years back, they're still with the same mindset of top-down approach. What is top-down approach? Forcing the team to do what they want to do, rather allowing the team to do on their own, just set them the goal. I will talk about that when I go to knowledge workers. There is a topic on knowledge workers. I'll talk about it. Coming back, still we get the feel that initially they allow some time. Once the pressure comes in, they start pushing on the team. Hey guys, do it. I don't know, whatever you do, Monday morning I want. These kind of dialogues you continuously hear. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do. What do you mean by that? I don't know what you do. You have to know as a leader. You say, I don't know what you do, Monday morning I want. So what happened? Teams start expanding themselves and pressurize. The DOD flies in the air. They take any unbaked work and start doing. Okay. So it's a kind of thing happening regularly. And that's the reason we are conducting classes and make people to learn what is being agile and then doing agile. And that's why people are asked to learn about the concepts well before even you start applying. Right? That's very important. So I agree with your point. It's happening, but we are in the transition. I'm seeing more difference than what I saw in 2010. 2010, when I was applying this into some other company, it was so hard. Pushback is pretty heavy. Now it's better. It will take another 5-6 years to a little more to mature. That's an answer for you, Ankur.
But just one more point, if I can. But the point is this, due to this, there is a burger. Now in burger, there is a middle level management. Middle level management is that patty from potato. So that suppress a lot because at higher level, it's the senior management. They are not understanding, and at middle level and at lower level, your team, and you are a servant leader for them. So for the middle level management, like project leads, QA leads, or the development leads, they are like, so I hope you understand my point. So it is important that leadership should understand what is being agile or doing agile. Then it will become more easy.
True. Rightly said, Ankur. So it takes a little time. Don't worry, it will catch up. Market is better, as I said earlier, better than last 10 years. It will get more improved. But point is, we as a coach or a lead, we have all the rights to educate them. We are part of the system. We have to give them the knowledge that what is there in the market, right? That's very important. Super. Thanks, Ankur. And coming to chat boxes. Chat box, I'm seeing Arjit has put a message. Can we say that system requirement specification, SRS, document for a project as DOR? The answer is no. System requirement study or system requirement specification is all about the project requirement, right? It may not be part of DOR. DOR is something about the bullet points, what makes a work to tell ready to start, right? If you are Arjit worried about who will prepare it, it's all about the whole team has to prepare it. If I say, again, I'll give another example apart from cooking. I'll take an example of a painting. Imagine I want to paint this room, some color I want to paint. Now I'm calling the painter to start the work tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock. If tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, this guy comes in, and 9 o'clock, this guy comes in and asks me, sir, shall we start the painting? Now I'm telling them I have to choose the color. Is that a shocker for the painting guy? Then I tell I have to know which paint shop I have to buy. Then I tell I have to decide which paint brand I have to use. Now, will it going to eat the time for both the party? It's going to eat the time for the painter as well myself. I'm going to lose the money. As a sponsor, as a customer, I'm going to lose the money, right? Now, as a sponsor, a customer, I should be very clear. 9 o'clock, if a painting going to start, before that, I should have done grooming and refinement. You can see a word there, grooming and refinement. You see that in the top? Grooming and refinement, yellow color. The grooming and refinement is to talk what paint you want to do here, which brand you want to do, what color you want, how much of time or people you may need. You would have refined it. You clear. Little bit you can have here and there. You can't tell everything will be there. Something, but totally if you tell, oh man, I have to decide what color, that's blunder. It's going to take a lot of time for you. Rather, if you have things, only the thing which is clear, start. If not, don't start. If not, don't even do the work. Stop the painting work, do the plumbing work, which you have clarity. Agile says that go for the work which you have clarity. If not, don't touch it. Don't go there. But in project management, what we did earlier days is we'll pick up everything. We start working, doing architect, this, that, we'll stay there. But that was good by the time. For some of the projects, still it is good. But when a knowledge-based project, it's not good. I'll talk as I go deep inside. Hope that answered your question for Arjit. Rajan, I see I have a query. Please put the query or you can speak up. Sachin is putting a question. What is the origin of DOR or DOR? As a DOR is not an official part of Scrum guide. Scrum community says it leads to stage gates. Okay. Sachin, the question answer is yes, a Scrum has some way of doing. The Scrum is a small set. Agile is like a sun, and Scrum is like a moon or earth, very small portion. Okay, we cannot believe what Scrum says, and that's a world. What you are learning in ACP is a whole Agile umbrella. It is talking for Kanban, it's talking for Lean, it's talking for extreme programming, it's talking for Scrum also. But what the book of Agile says is you should have anything to start with, have a clarity what to do. You should know when you complete it, what do you mean by complete? Is it unit testing completed? Is it a code checking has been done? Is it test cases resolved? Is this production available? So if you put all these bullet points, then you call definition of done. So now these two are Agile terminology. To help you, Sachin, Scrum is a portion of Agile. So it's not everything. Scrum is a small part. I too know that where you come from, because when I started with the CSM certification, I thought I know everything with this Agile process. But when I started reading Agile books, I understood, oh my God, that's a so big lot of content. It's a superset of content, right? But Scrum and Agile no need to fight. They are together. Who formed the Agile principles? Scrum founder only gave some principles to Agile. So it's all in and out family stuff. But point is, we are taking the best essence out of all the methodologies, and we are deriving certain things which will help the team to move effectively. That's a point. Okay. By the way, stage gate is something different that will not be part of DOD. Stage gate is something different. We do in predictive nature of project, where we see whether to go, no go. There is a decision on that, right? There's a stage gate. We will not mix that here. We will think it as a one way of understanding, are we inside the box? Are we delivering correctly? Hope that helps you.
Shriram, Rajan here. I have a few queries here.
Yes.
One
Please.
thing on the definition of ready and the definition of done, I understand that it is not just the development team that is going to frame this up. This is going to be more of the whole team, where a servant leader also gives an input, and also the product owner or any stakeholder for that matter. So that's my understanding. So it's the whole team. That's my first query. And the second query, going back to Runa's question, we too have faced the same problem where there are different products that are worked by a small team of 10 members. So each 2 member or one team, it's an heterogeneous application. There is a relationship between these products. So for us, we have a sprint goal, which is separate for each 2 team members or one team member related to that particular product that he is working in. So it's just one product, 1 or 2 people will be working, but as a team, there are around 8 to 9 people, and there is some kind of a relationship between these products. This is how we work. Is that the correct way of working?
That's fine. That's fine. See, when you say product, in a product, you have multiple applications, right? So if you say there is a, let's take example of you want to do for a banking software. Let's just say you want to have a bank, American Express. You want to bring a bank application doing. In bank, one will work on savings account related activities. One will work on current account. One will work on credit card. But the goal is achieving a customer oriented task. Now, the goal can be towards reaching something, whereas these are small applications aligned with the one product. If you have 2 different products, then it's a problem, right? So the American Express, what you're going to do be a one product. You're going to give a one product for the American Express, what they want to achieve, savings account, current account, credit card. I will have 5 team members. One will be working on savings, one will be in current, one will be on this. But we have to integrate it and show to the customer as a demonstration. It's only one web page or one product where you see all these features here and there, functionalities, but totally different product. They're working something totally different. For example, they're working on what I say, American Express could be of retail customers. Retail means you and me. Corporate customers, that the wing itself different. The way they handle the corporate is different. I cannot mix the corporate customer into the retail customer related activities. That should be different wing. I may have 2 different teams or 5 teams working together. That's called Scrum of Scrum. But when you have a small application, that will work. See, even now I'm working in a cloud migration. I'm doing a cloud migration for a financial institution, very big. 14 applications working under one product, 14 applications. So I'll have 2 to 3 Scrum teams, they may work. But in the same team, one guy will work in this part of application, one will work in that part of application. That's fine. Until you reach a main goal is there, that's fine. Hope you're getting my point.
Yes, thank you, Shriram.
Perfect. And did you ask something before this, right? That you understood, you said you got that.
So the definition of ready and the definition of done, when we say team decides it, it's not just the development team, it's all the stakeholders who are involved. That's my understanding. Yeah.
Perfect. You're right. And again, I'm yet to go to anything deep here. I'm just giving everything high. Don't worry, I have to go talk all deep inside. The first day, I want you to get the rhythm, because you are all doing Agile more than being Agile. So I'm trying to show the doing Agile part first, then I'll go the being Agile part, right? I'll do that part. And in a YouTube, there is a question from Santosh. Santosh is asking, DOR can also refer it as prerequisites. Yes, DOR is a prerequisite for the team to kickstart something, right? It's a prerequisite only in a name of rules to be followed, right? When you want to go to the flight, onboard the flight, you have some prerequisite. You should not carry any sharp equipments. You may not have something eatable, which is not good in the flight. In the flight, there are certain things of definition of ready before the flight takeoff. So these are some bullet points followed. Shriram, who defined it? After a lot of experience, first they have 4 bullet points. After experience, it will be 6 bullet points. They'll keep adding more or removing something. So they make sure things are better before the flight takeoff. The same way, we are having something here ready so that it doesn't become an argument with both the party. You will tell, man, only when these all fit in, pick the work. If not, don't pick the work. I'll tell you, only when you do that, you can do in 10 days of time boxing. If not, it's going to have some trouble. Okay, good. Good, that's good. Okay, last question I'll take from Vignesh, and we'll go for a break. Vignesh is putting, it's not multitasking, task switching, not recommended in Agile. Okay. Yeah. Vignesh, what you're putting question is a lean concept. In lean, we keep on telling lean what it is, man. It's a lean management. We have in lean manufacturing. From lean manufacturing, we inherited something called lean product development, which IT industry, see, IT industry, they pull anything good in the market. Kanban is from 1956. They pulled in, and we have a Kanban model here. And lean management, it's all from Japan, Toyota, we pulled it from there. In lean management, there are 7 ways added there. Okay, in manufacturing it is there, and again we have in product development, also in software. One of that is called multitasking task switching, is considered as a waste. Why multitasking is waste? When people start juggling between 2 different activity, it's a waste of time, right? Usually we do that in the earlier projects. The same person will jump between 2 projects. 50% a person work in one project, 50% work in another project. Have you heard this? Total different context. If in the same context, like we say applications under the hanging fruits, that's fine. If you go totally out of the context, the problem, I have worked like that 10, 15 years back. I have worked in different projects, different totally. And that one can be there. So if you're not focused, chances are it's going to have some trouble in your deliverable model. So they're trying to keep the team on focused on one goal oriented or a vision and target oriented. Chances are your deliverable will be better, right? We'll talk more when I go deep inside lean management. Superb. Great. Thanks all for being here for a few minutes, and we'll take a break of 15 minutes break. People in India will catch up their breakfast. People in other country, you have to be dinner or lunch. Catch up your refreshment for 15 minutes, come back. I really like the way you're asking questions. Questions are making to think and answer. Appreciate it. Let's keep going with the questions. First day will be setting the ground, and second day we'll start getting deep inside the principles of Agile. There I'll start explaining some of the concepts deep inside, right? So let's catch up 15 minutes break and come back and start this Agile discussion. Thanks for being here. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Hope the break was useful. Some refreshment happened.
Yes, totally needed.
That too in the morning hours, the breakfast time is pretty important. Okay, I know. Now you'll feel a little active to listen. Okay, let me punch this guy with questions now. Okay, let's kick start. Thanks all for coming back again. We'll go ahead, and thanks for the people staying a little late night as you have to catch up some refreshment to stay active. So what I do is I will quickly jump to the subject. Share the screen, start the discussion. Okay, kindly confirm at least one person. My audio, video, and screen share is good.
Yes.
Yes, sir. All good. Thanks for confirming. Great, great. By the way, this screen I brought out to give an idea about the sprint part. And again, I may repeat this screen a few more times in different places. Now let's start understanding some of the broader picture of Agile. For example, Sachin was bringing up a point that, hey, DO or DOD not highly discussed in Scrum, and they should see in a different way. Yes, it will be. If you go to Kanban, there is a way of looking things different. If you go to XP, it's a different. Now, what you're learning is ACP. It is a little higher than all this above. They're trying to explain whole Agile. Shriram, why should I learn this, man? I'm only a Scrum Master. I'm focused more on Scrum. Yes, it is fine until you're only in a Scrum. But when you want to become a leader, the word leader is a little broader. You cannot tell, I know only this. Rather, you have to tell, I have multiple options. Out of this, I feel this is the best one. The reason is, market is looking for a hybrid model. Shriram, what is a hybrid model? Hybrid means you say predictive adaptive approach. That's for PMP. When you learn in Agile, you have been assumed as a person who talks Agile. In Agile, there is a hybrid. Scrum and Kanban can come together. Scrum and XP can come together, right? And you can mix other features also. That becomes a hybrid model. Now, if in order to talk hybrid model, we should have that knowledge of understanding multiple things. That's a point of learning these concepts. Okay, let me travel a little more. Okay, let's start the summary of lesson 1. In lesson 1, there are a lot of coverage going to be there. Specifically, we'll talk about this 4 and 12, 4 values, 12 principles of Agile, and some of the approaches. Then we'll talk about Kanban, and we'll talk about lean leadership and leadership models. We'll talk about lean, Scrum, extreme programming, some of the key factors we'll talk. In exam, do I need to memorize this all? The answer is no. In exam, they'll see, are you understanding the concept more than talking about what it is? It is how to apply. Application knowledge will be expected in the exam. So we will learn it with application knowledge. Here is a question for you. Can you read through this and tell me what you feel would be the answer? What do you recommend in this situation? What method you want to recommend here? What method you want to do it? Okay. Okay, I'm seeing answers coming as adaptive, predictive. Predictive. What makes you to think predictive? What is a keyword in the question which is making you to think that? Iterative. Okay, I'm getting adaptive, predictive, iterative. Tip. 3 T's have many times. Skanda says many times. Okay, fantastic. Look like certain things are predictable here. We know certain things. We have a past record. The capital project is one the organization has performed many times. It's not something new, challenging for them. In the past, for the city's objective is to replace all the old metal pipes under the city street. Which method would you recommend? Okay, if you know certain things well, right, in the past also driven, you can go with a plan-driven approach most of the time, right? In this, if there is any challenge, chances are we have to open up the doors for being change-driven. But most of the time, these kind of knowledge which you already possess, Possibly we can go predictive, right? Scope is going to be very open, clear. We can try it out. Let's think about this situation. For benefit of all, I'm keeping the mic mute for everyone. What is a method you recommend here, and what is the keyword you see here? Adaptive. Okay. Skanda says adaptive. Okay. Incremental. Okay. I'm seeing adaptive, agile, incremental, iterative. Wow. I got 4 now. Adaptive, agile, incremental, iterative. Sachin says keyword is feedback. Okay. That's a right keyword, right? That's a good catch there. Get feedback. You're going to get a user feedback. Okay, now the software project is one where there are many features and functions that must be updated, as well as more learn from the community feedback. Learn more. The objective is to roll out features to get user feedback and drive the priorities. So do you see both iterative and incremental happening here? Are you able to see something like that? We're getting hold of it. So Sriram, first of all, I don't know what is iterative, what is incremental, man. That's why I came for these classes. Well, good, I agree. So now in project management or agile books, we have 2 terminology called as iterative and incremental. I'm going to talk a little on that, then I'll help you to move forward. Now, what we talk about iterative. Iterative means until you get it correct, you keep refining it, you tune it, make it best. Iterative until it makes correct. I want to make a modular kitchen at home. Modular kitchen is I planned it. It should be good furnished wood rose wood color. It should have these many cupouts, and it should have this kind of spring action drawers, and it should be a good kitchen. Okay, kitchen item. So now, iteratively, repeatedly, we'll give more refinement towards the requirement. Make sure it comes out the best. One release, the best. Incremental. In incremental, I will do the same thing in a smaller quantum of release, smaller. Every few days or weeks or month, I'm going to give something to the customer usable. The customer can use it and give a feedback on top of that. Okay. Now, if you look at this sentence, what we're talking here, it's trying to cover both. It's not very evident, but it's trying to cover. What it's trying to say here is the project is one where there are many features and functions that must be updated, as well as more learned from the community feedback. Okay, you're going to refine it to get the best out of it until it gets all good. The objective is to roll out features. Roll out means getting to the customer. Delivery. Roll out means delivery. Deliver to the customer to get the feedback from them. Right? Are you seeing a combination of something going to be repeatedly happening at the same time giving incremental? Are you seeing that? Repeatedly something going to happen, on top of that adding layer after layer after layer. Do you feel that? Because they're telling roll out the features. They didn't tell that one release, features going to be happening. Now, when iterative and incremental join hands together, that's going to be agile, right? So how many of you get in this context? That's why you chose an agile. You feel that iterative and incremental? Is it happening here? However it is, we have to talk more about iterative and incremental, going deep inside, but quick update repetition to you. If you have a paper, pencil, note down. Iterative means correctness. The word iterative - correctness. Until you get it correct, you will keep doing more. New requirements can come in, existing requirements can be refined. You make sure it makes the best out of it. Iterative. Incremental is adding piece by piece. Incremental, adding more deliverables, value addition. Keep adding more. Piece by piece, you're giving top of that. Now, that is going to be piece by piece work in the sense, you can take an example of going to the hotel and a restaurant where we order the food. The bearer may not bring all the food at one time. They give an incremental delivery. They'll give starters, soup, and the main dish, ice creams, incremental delivery. So the customer can have the food, feel good, order more, or feel that, okay, bring next items, so, right? Incremental delivery going to happen. Iterative and incremental coming together, going to be the agile. I'm sure you're all aware of this. I'm just trying to recall some of the information.
I have a question.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
So with incremental incremental delivery, there's also the risk that the customer may come up with more requirements during the release itself. How do you deal with that?
Release itself, in the sense you're talking when we show a demonstration to them, hey, this is what we completed. They'll see that and they feel that we'll add more. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's highly invited. That is what I expected. See, human being cannot think everything in advance and put in the paper. That's called predictive. Some of the projects we can do that. Some of the projects, only when I see a piece of it, I'll get more idea. The purpose of showing demonstration itself to poke your mind to think more. Now I'm showing a demonstration on the last day or release day to the customer, and the customer feels, oh yeah, I have to add more. When they say add more, that's going to be part of the requirements added to the backlog. There is something called product backlog. We're going to talk about it. In a sense, the customer gives more requirement, which can be immediately done by the next sprint if needed, if not upcoming sprints. So always in Agile, they'll do only one portion of work well defined. That portion we will do. When we do that, new requirements may come in, or new set of details which we discussed last month or last sprint will get implemented. To answer your question, we recommend customer to give changes, to give addition of work whenever we show demonstration. At the same time, we will ask the customer to prioritize what you want next. That burden we don't take in our shoulder. What do you mean by our shoulder? The project managing company, the project managing team, they don't carry the weight in the shoulder what to deliver next. That is your responsibility. We'll give it to the product owner or a customer. We agree what you want. We will take all the change what you want, but tell me what is next. Now, when you put the burden on them, they know that, okay, now I have to give value delivery to the market, which is very important. They decide and give it. So the point is given to them. Hope you got that.
How is it different from scope creep then?
Scope creep is totally different, right? Scope creep is getting away from the context itself. I was giving an example of American Express doing a savings account detail for the customer. Now in savings account detail, that's what we have to work. Somebody is talking about, shall we work out on bonus points for these people? Through the bonus points, we'll give them Goa trip. Shall we do a package like that? Man, it's not nowhere related here. You're going away from the context of what needs to be done, creeping out of the context, right? It's not going to add value. So creep is highly possible where the customer coming in and giving value. Sometimes within the context, but not doable right now. That will be given there, creep. So those things which we say creep, which we don't entertain that most of the time. But this is in a predictive nature. We call it as creep because the decision is the manager. Manager has to decide what to deliver next. You keep on adding unwanted stuff, your actual delivery will not go out. Now, what we have did in Agile is in last 20 years, we gave everything to the customer. You tell me what you want. If it's a creep or it is an in, it's up to you. But we'll recommend you, telling them, man, something you're going out of the context. Please try to align. That we'll recommend, but we won't force you. Still, customer says, I want that the bonus point should be done. That's what your priority. Then we'll go for it. We'll do it. Right. So point is, creep is not entertained either in predictive or adaptive, because in predictive, manager decides most of the thing. In adaptive, customer themselves decide. Either way, they'll avoid the creep. If still they say they want it, it's part of the scope. So we have to deliver it. Got it? Got it. Okay. Let's go a little more. That's a good question. Good question. Good question. Okay, let's see some stuff here. Of course, some of the things I have to talk because it's part of the study where you have to understand the traditional and agile. The comparison is still there. I think another 5-6 years, this comparison will be removed and they'll feel everything is worth for its own value. But sometimes I don't agree with this kind of comparison. Some of the studies, if you go, some of the classes you go and sit, they will tell as if a waterfall and the traditional model is crime doing it and the police has to arrest them, kind of way they'll talk. But actually every method has its own value. Even today, waterfall and traditional model is an amazing way of implementation. Still, it's worth it in different industry. So we have to respect other industries, what they do there. If our industry is so dynamic and change oriented, then we have to go for Agile. There I can stop. I think slowly books are changing. These days, I see books are slowly removing these kind of comparison studies, not needed. But for benefit of all in the books, what it is, I have to give some idea to you that there is a traditional way where we plan something very well and do the work. When you do plan very well and do the work, there is some advantage. There are some disadvantages also there. The disadvantage is risk is not attended very immediately. Risk pile up and risk come out only when come to the finish line. Because in this whole journey, customer is not involved. The performing company, what is performing company? The company who took over the project. Government says we want a bridge construction. L&T took over the project. Now performing company is L&T. L&T going to construct the bridge. They took over the project. Now this customer, this government is not involved in any of this work. Finally, the bridge is over. L&T will invite the government officials to inspect it and say, good to go. Is there any mistake? As it is, you can't change anything. That too in a predictive nature of project, certain things can't change because work is completed. It is not something like control Z, control V, right? It is something like they've done a pillar, means it's a pillar. You cannot do anything. A bridge has to turn slightly left, but they did a side right. You can't do anything. That's why some roads are like that, right? In some of the roads, if you go, dangerous curve ahead, be careful. You would have seen this board from your school days. Still, it says a dangerous curve. You'll be surprised. Last 15 years, I have changed a lot, man. But why not the curve can be made a normal curve, normal straight road? They didn't do because they cannot accept the change very faster. It's a little hard for them. The reason could be various. Political fund law also there. Apart from the certain changes can't be implemented. Happened is happened. Now, that's the reason the risk is a little high when value is coming out. Risk mitigation is different. Don't talk about that now. The risk of giving something wrong, market is not needed, is going to be a little high in the traditional model. The traditional model, when they applied in the information technology industry, it started failing heavily. That's why they're showing this comparison. Now, what they proposed in 2001, or even before 1993, 1994, when Agile, Scrum, Kanban discussion happened, is let's do a small chunk of release. Shriram, what is small chunk? I don't want to carry the burden of all this risk till the end. So what do? You do a small release. You can see a star here, small star, right? So it's something like you keep delivering value then and there, so that what happens is it adds input from the customer. So customer is going to give you, hey, what I want. And customer says, this is not what I want. Customer can give feedback on fixing issues. Like Runa was rightly asking, hey, what if this guy gives something to me to fix it? Yes, we have to fix it. So it's a blunder mistake, right? So it's going to kill my time. Yes, of course. One sprint will do the failure. Next sprint, you will learn, right? That's why we have retrospective. You learn why we missed it. How come we didn't get the customer need properly? Next time we'll do properly. See, rather after 8 months, I'm telling it's a failure. I'm telling failure in 10 days. Next 10 days, I'll fix it. Shriram, second 10 days also we failed. That's okay. Third 10 days, you'll do it. Still, you can't do it. Something wrong with the team. We have to redo the team. So there's a chance of fixing issues on technical, product release oriented, process oriented. Your process fix also will happen. This is why many people like Agile, because any mistake you do, which is evident within few days of time, rather carrying it all over the end of the project, right? That's a point. You can see a risk is keep mitigated then and there. Okay, I'll talk more when I go to respective chapters. Okay, this person, Winston. I don't know how many of you are aware of this person. Royce. Winston Royce is the person who proposed a model for software development. He picked up the manufacturing industry model and he said, let's do a project like this in IT industry. We will collect the requirements. We'll do the design work. We do a construction work of it. We'll integrate it. We'll test it. We'll install it. We'll maintain it. Have anyone of you seen this flow in your project management? If you're in the industry for last 10, 15 years, anyone here who's seen this flow? This is the flow you're doing. This is the flow you're doing. Yeah, Ankur says yes, we do the flow. Skanda says yes, this is the way we do. Yeah, we do it. We do it. Most of us, we do, right? I'm in the industry for some time. You are also in the industry for some time. Definitely we see this model. This is the way we work. But this way has its own plus and minus. This way, Vincent Royce, when they said, he called it as a sequential model. But somehow somebody named it called waterfall model. Even nobody, even he didn't say that he waterfall model. And somehow the name went to him, telling that you only said waterfall model. If they put the name on him, waterfall model. Waterfall model means bad, nothing bad. Bad for information technology, not for other industry. Be very careful. I'm seeing many people have started making fun that, oh, waterfall is bad. No, maybe not for your industry. For other industries, still it works. If I want to migrate from one country to another country, I have to go a systematic approach. I cannot go with a short-term plan. I have to make a long-term plan. I have to be very clear what I'm doing. If you want to do a bridge construction, I should have a long-term plan. If a doctor wants to do a surgery, the doctor should be aware of all the things 5 days or 10 days before the surgery, even the patient. So there is a way of doing things. So why the waterfall made a little bit trouble is in software industry, it doesn't work out. Because in software, things are changing very dynamic in the last 10, 15 years. Now, what happened is this is called as a sequential model or plan-driven model or waterfall model. When he written this and presented the paper, this by Royce, he gave a word. I believe in this concept, but the implementation described above is risky and invites failure. He written this by the time when he published the paper years back. I feel some risky. The risky point here, what it says is something, if you have a rigid plan, it will have a problem in working. Okay, that's a point he mentioned. Very good, very good. Shriram, will this come in exam question? Not at all. These are just a knowledge for you, just for a purpose, because some of us may not know what all inside Agile. We may know one methodology, two methodology. I'm trying to give a little broader idea. Now, what happened is when this is happening, parallelly, the Agile thing started happening. If some of you think that Agile started only recently, it is from youngsters, from college students, yo-yo. If you think like that, please change your thought. Agile started from 1950. Sometime our grandfather started working in Agile. Okay, it's happening. US Department of Defense and NASA, they started it. They started using iterative and incremental model of work. In 1960, Evolutionary Project Management, EVO, recommended 2-week iteration, 1960. If somebody think you are doing very latest, 1960, okay? 1986, this is a break point. This is a break point. In 1986, Takuchi Nanoko, these two people presented a paper called New Product Development in Harvard, and they started talking about a rugby approach. And from here, someone copied, that's called Scrum. Okay, anyway, no article on that. We are not going to fight for the copy paste. But Takuchi Nanako is the founder of, thought process oriented behind the Scrum methodology. They presented a paper and concept taken from there, and then it's developed very well. You have to appreciate it, but concept from there. In 1990, Agile methodology starts taking place. What are they? What you talk today, Scrum. What you talk today, extreme programming, Kanban, rational model. Lot of models started coming into picture. 1990s is a busy period. Everybody introduced their own model of doing work because it was boiling for 20 years, telling that manufacturing model not working for software. It's boiling heavily. Like the independence freedom fight in India boiled for 200 years. And Mahatma came in and picked up. So something like that, it was boiling for a long time. In 2000, it picked up. That's what happened. In 2001, the same 1990, these people joined together. They only written these principles. So whatever you're going to read in a principle, it will be essence of Scrum, Kanban, XP, Lean, because they are the one written it, right? When they write it, that's what they will write. So the message is, it's the message of getting this. Now, I want to give some more information. I keep telling Japan. Before even America put all this story behind their plate, you have to understand something in Japan. Do you see some names here? Little boy, fat man. I know some of you know about this. Do anybody connect with any incident, any event? Fat man, little boy. Anything pops up in your mind? Fat man.
Atom bombs.
Two atom bombs, sir. Atom bomb and nuclear bomb.
Yes. Yeah. Atom bombs, which has been dropped in Japan.
Right. One is nuclear, right? I think fat man is nuclear. Now, what happened is in August 6, what is the year? 1945, right? 45. August 6th, there's the first bomb. The bomb name is called Little Boy, code word. The code word is Little Boy. Drop Little Boy in Japan. Okay, they dropped it. Hiroshima gone. Nagasaki. August 11th, they plan to deploy. They pre-poned 2-3 days. And then August 9th itself, they deployed Fatman. Fatman is a nuclear bomb, I believe. Atomic or nuclear stuff. Something going to destroy the people. It had destroyed it. Now, what's the connection here, Shriram? Why are you bringing that message here? The message is, after this happened, Japan totally flat on the floor that they cannot come up. Now, America felt very bad. We did it. Now, America opened the door, said that, hey, sorry, guys, let's do business. We'll keep the doors open for you. You can travel as much. You can start learning business from us and do business with us. That is a time the manufacturing industry picked up, the car manufacturing. They kept the door open so Toyota can get inside to America. By the time Ford is super good there. So these guys from Japan went to Ford and learned a lot of stuff and came back. They implemented it. But one thing in Japan, shortage is manpower, in the sense of knowledge-based manpower. And machines and some of the parts, supply was a little tough. So Japanese, after the Second World War, the 1945, what they did is, they started using a model called incremental iterative model. The model is, they cannot do, is a force of nature. They cannot do everything because they don't have all the people. Limited people, limited resource, they do something, move forward. Again, do something, move forward. Again, do something, move forward. Kaizen principle. Have you heard about Kaizen principle? Continuous improvement. Have you heard about it? These all came from the JAP model. Okay. And from there only all these lessons came in. We took everything from them. Japanese are not interested on copywriting, patenting, telling it's our model, but this is all taken from there. The point is, by the same time in America, it picked up. That's why we see this. If you go to Germany, Germany has their own version of things. A point I want to give you is, what you're learning today is pretty old concepts, what you're learning. Don't think something newly came, Shriram, I don't know anything. It is older than you. It's older than sometime your father or a grandfather. That much old what you're learning today. But point here is, these all came to a shape. The shape happened in 2001. Who gave the shape? Hey, Shriram, is that an exam question? Not at all exam question. We're trying to make your knowledge a little more broader. So if you see here, Agile is a concept written in the year 2001. I said who written it? The same, these guys only written it. Okay. Everyone agreed within them. Let's agree. This is a terminology, because they too had to start fighting within them, which is best, which is non-best. Even today, there are some people fighting for Scrum, XP, Kanban. I'll feel so surprised, man. You're still fighting for it. It's over, man. It's all happened 20 years back. They formed it. That's why they formed a committee and bring an Agile concept. Still, if you're fighting for it, maybe lack of knowledge. Now, if you go a little more deep inside, these are the people, 17 people. Okay. All the 17 joined together, mostly out of from IT industry. Some of the names are well-known names. Some of the names you may not know. Can someone tell me who is the founder of Scrum here? Scrum, very famous methodology in the market is Scrum. Can anyone tell the name? You can see the list.
Ken Schwaber and
Ken Schwaber.
You got it. These guys, right? The last two. Can we say last two or last but one? This person, right? Jeff is a very important person. Jeff is a very important person of all this stuff. He's a brain behind this. Okay. But I'll tell you, more than Scrum in Agile, there is one method that is a spinal cord of Agile. Many think Scrum is the best. You'll be surprised to know that the whole Agile is running, a mechanism of Agile, very important essence of Agile, running by one other methodology, not Scrum. Scrum is good in marketing. They sold it very well. But somebody did a good job. I don't know how many of them give the credit to them. That is a guy who brought a lot of things in Agile, which is making Agile interesting. You know who's that? Can somebody tell me? Vignesh Kanban. No, not Kanban. Kanban is very old, 1956.
Kent back.
Sorry?
Kent back for XP.
Yes. At least for that reason, they put his picture in the top. I don't know who put the picture. He is the one who brought XP. XP is a spinal cord of Agile, what you're learning today. Scrum is a methodology, how to implement it, that's it. But XP brings every essence of Agile comes from XP. If you take 12 principles, out of that 4 or 5 important principles will be from XP. Because this is a guy who written it. He written it for one software development in one of the company. related to the Benz related company, which is now acquired by Benz. He returned in 1993. He did a system by that. From there, it all took over to 2001. It's not copy. He gave himself. Tell that, let's add this points. He is the main reason for majority of Agile, including your office. Nowadays, your office don't have cabin rooms. Your office don't have cabin rooms, right? It's all open desk. Everyone can sit equally. Do you feel that? If you feel that, it's one part of XP which talks about making people to sit in a normal open space to have a better open communication. It all started from this guy. Okay, good. So now let's not fight for which is best, which is bad, but just give an idea. Some of the important people are here. Alistair, this guy is a very important guy. Okay, we'll talk about it. But rest all people who contributed. Okay, they all met in 2001 February. It's almost 20 years have passed by. Now we have a lot of information running. It was prepared only for software industry. Then I don't know whether they thought about it. Now it has gone to every industry. That too, the PMP started stressing on Agile. It's picking up all the industry now. So it's going to be every industry start going to learn it. Anyone here from non-IT industry? You have to feel that Agile is good. Okay, let's go a little more. Other day I was taking some interview with a person who's from construction in the manufacturing industry. And he was telling that, oh yeah, I like it. Agile looks pretty simple, easy to apply. Okay, let's talk some of the methodologies applied from the methodology point of application to in the industry. We'll see that. Okay, Arjit says from non-IT. Good, Arjit. Good to have you. Arjit is a chartered accountant. And he says, man, I learned Agile also. That's good. Good to have Vinesh. Nice to have. So going forward, I'm seeing this Agile classes is going to be more crowded. More number of people are going to come in because everyone feels that Agile is better, man. We are connecting with people easily. So now the pride owner of the IT industry, they have to give it to other industries. I'll tell you soon, we will get heavy job competition from other industries. They're going to beat all the IT guys. It's going to happen. PMP has opened the doors now. It's going to hit the door like badly. IT people has to be prepared. Okay, coming back here. Highly used methods in the market is 58% share goes to Scrum. I think this report was taken at least 1 or 2 years or 3 years back. By now, it should be more than that because Scrum is the most interesting method. If you ask me, the simple way of applying is a Scrum. Rest all methods will be slightly complicated. Application-wise, Scrum is the simplest one. 2 weeks, 1 week, how to do, what to do. Some simple events. We have to appreciate the Jeff for that. They did a good job. However, it is XP is going to contribute a lot in the technical factors of applying Agile. We'll talk later about it. And some more factors are there. Scrum is there. Kanban is there. Some methods. Each company has their own method. Hybrid model, all are there. Just an information for you. Okay, Sneha says, I'm also non-Agile person. Good to have you, Sneha. Nice. People are from different industry. Okay, here it goes. I brought on this picture to show you that what you learned today, superset, subset, want to give an idea. Lean is the basic founding for everything. So through Lean only, most of the concepts what you're learning is coming up. If you say Kanban, Lean is pure manufacturing. Then we adopted something for the knowledge-based projects, what we do today. Kanban is an inventory management system in inventory managing efficiently to reduce the unwanted stock. Again, it came from Toyota, 1956. Again, we have some flavor that in Agile also. And Agile, we have Scrum, Kanban, Crystal, FDD, DSDM. These all methods. There are a few more methods in the market, but some of the prominent methods are here. Why this picture shown to you? To get a view that what you're learning is having multiple circuits, right? I see many of them stuck here. They tell that, yes, I'm done with the Scrum. I know Agile. But yes, if you know, very good. If not, I would recommend people to read Agile, read Kanban, read Lean Management. If you're looking for leadership in this area, if you want to be a team person, if you want to only execute things, this is sufficient. This is sufficient to execute. I even today tell that people go for a Scrum certificate, 2 days of classes, you learn things. Whatever you want, you learn to run the team. Efficient. But if you really want to think broader, you want to be a person to drive things at the organizational level, you should read some more topics. That's why these classes will help you. Okay, very good. And let's talk a little more. So I have a video to show you something about the lean. Okay, lean concept. Let's understand some factors and come back. It's a short video. Let me play that video.
Business is doing well and you're thinking of expanding. That's great, but it's also the riskiest time for your business. In fact, many businesses don't survive the transition. Should you throw money at the problem by investing in new equipment or hiring more people? Should you make your staff work more overtime? Your answers to questions like these can make or break your business. And that's where Lean comes in. Lean is a philosophy about delivering value from your customer's perspective, eliminating waste, and continuously improving your processes. Lean can radically change the way you do business. Lean management is based on 4 principles. The first principle is pull. Rather than producing as much as possible, customer demand pulls goods or services through the manufacturing process. This minimizes overproduction, inventory, and ultimately working capital. The second is one-piece flow. Focusing on one single piece at a time minimizes work in progress, process interruptions, lead and waiting time, while increasing quality and flexibility. The third is tact. It's the heartbeat of a lean system. It's how fast you need to manufacture a product to meet customer demand. Tact allows us to balance work content, achieve a continuous flow, and respond flexibly to changes in the marketplace. And the fourth is zero defects. Mistakes happen, but a lean company doesn't pass on defects. Mistakes from previous steps must be fixed before going on. Combined with a robust continuous improvement process, the 4 principles of lean management will help your company stay ahead of the competition in a constantly changing marketplace. So, if you're ready to begin your lean journey.
Okay, Hannah is a very short video, but did anyone got the context what they're telling here? Like on the demand, you do certain things to avoid the inventory. These are all the manufacturing concepts, okay? And they talk about reduction of wastage, right? And when they have a defect or a problem, you probably fix it before you move forward. Did anyone observe that? They say there is a defect, you go back and fix it first, right? I will share some more when I go in deep inside. You can see something on the lean, very interesting. Toyota, they followed it very heavily. What happened is, in a conveyor belt model or supply chain model, somewhere there is a defect happen, they will not pass it. There is something called in car manufacturing, they keep doing continuously on the build. Now what happened is they find a defect, there is an alarm to pull out. They pull the alarm. So everyone in the group on the floor has to assemble there and talk about that problem. You will tell, man, that's not relevant to me, man. It's not a problem for me, right? It's some other team has a problem. No, you have to be part of it. The reason is you will give some answers. Also, you will listen to the problem, but you don't have to do the mistake in another place. Because of which time can be wasted, look like, but it gains a lot in the long run. Toyota does it very well, very well. Whenever they get a lot of car spare parts and to assemble it, they face a lot of errors. Assembling. After assembling, they put into the testing, it will fail. This is a Western model is you assemble it, then the quality department should take care of everything. That's a Western model. Japanese model is when the person doing the work, the person itself should fix it because you should possess the knowledge of what's the problem there. So in the assembly line itself, they'll fix it. Does it make sense? Rather put a finger on the quality person, you ask the same team to fix it. Do you see that in Agile team nowadays? If anyone working in Agile team, do you see that? You expect the same team to do the work, what they have to do? If you get a slight sense of that, it's nothing but what in lean management Toyota did. In assembly line, what you did, that's what you're going to do in your sprints called as a team, cross-functional team, self-organizing team. Have you heard these terminologies? We're going to talk more about it. So the point is the lean concepts are going to be taken as an essence towards Agile concepts. Fantastic. We are learning good things today. Good. Let me catch up some points for your adaptive nature of project. What all going to be there? Can I assume you're writing some notes as and when it needed? Are you able to connect what we're talking here? Okay, in the YouTube, Venugopal says, I'm from pharma. Good to have you, Venugopal. Pharma is a vibrating industry, right? Now I'm seeing, every time I used to get people from pharma for the classes, often I'm seeing a lot of people from pharma coming up because of good amount of demand in the industry. Good to have you, Venugopal. Okay, I'm seeing yes message here from Runa, Arjit, Bharati, Amita, Yogeshwaran. Very good. Nice to have. Keep writing, because these kind of classes, after 1 hour, you start feeling, Shriram, please complete faster. So better you keep writing, chances are you will stay connected. That's very important. Okay, first of all, thanks all for watching so far. Let's move a little more. We may have another 15-20 minutes of the class for the day. Being the first day, don't want to push too much of content. Let's go slowly. There is something called learning curve. People just came from PMP will be very eager. Shriram, throw me. I want more. People started learning after 2-3 years or 5 years. It's not easy to sit 3 hours continuously. It's not easy. Still, you are trying it out. So we'll do another 20 minutes. We'll stop there. Then we'll do Q&A for some time. Then again, tomorrow we'll continue some more subject. That's a plan. So now, quickly on the point of which model to go. You can ask me, Shriram, why we are discussing this again and again. Why means many still have the confusion of when to use what model. So for that reason, we're doing it. How to design? First of all, who will decide? If you ask me, not at the team level. These all decided at the sponsor and managerial level before the contract getting signed. What is decision here? See, when a work comes to the company, they have to make a decision. Can we go with this predictive model, adaptive model? Why we have to go with this, Shriram? If it is predictive model, I have to make a little longer depth plan. Based on that, I have to get spare parts, materials, raw materials. If it's adaptive, I will have a shorter distance of plan, longer distance of vision. Vision will be there. Don't think Agile means they don't make any plan. Some tell that Agile, right? No plan. Yeah, start the work. We'll do. You will have the vision, but you will not sit and draft the plan. That's the only portion missing. If not everything as it is, right? Why we don't need a draft? Because I'm not clear with the requirement. So let's talk about it. When there is this uncertainty in the requirement, Shriram, what is uncertainty? We don't have clarity. That a lot of risk is there. Something can change. When there is a lot of uncertainty in the requirement, I may think of adaptive nature. I may think of adaptive nature. Okay, adaptive means nothing but agile concepts. When the technical degree is uncertain, how I'm going to do that? When that clarity is not there, there also I'll go for adaptive nature. So to make us to understand better, I will tell you this is requirement is nothing but what we want. What? And this one is how we are going to do this. All right. Now, when the what doesn't have a clarity and a how doesn't have a clarity, chances are I'll go for adaptive nature. Shriram, what is adaptive mean? Adaptive means you can call as iterative. You can call as incremental. Both together can be called as agile. Right? Under agile, you have a lot of things. Scrum, you will have Kanban, you have XP, you have FDD. A lot of model are there. Let's not fight for this. I'll tell you, slowly start coming out of this mindset if you want to be a leader. If you want to be only a team member, you can keep talking this area. If you want to talk about the leadership role, we have to start talking about this level of adaptive nature or predictive nature in that iterative incremental agile model. There you stop. This is all you have to learn it, but should not fight because all are needed. Yeah. I have a company where we do Scrum, we do Kanban. We have mix up with Scrumban. All are there. So don't fight for this. This is part and parcel of life. You have to learn this very well. You have to learn these concepts very well. Now, beyond certain limit, high uncertainty technical work, that becomes very risky. We don't want to take this kind of project. It's risky. So what do you do? Break the work. Break into pieces. So chances are you do that. How many of you in this room feel that, yes, Shriram, when the requirement is not clear, the project gets complex? You feel that? You feel that? I think it's very sensible, right? When the requirement is not clear, what will happen? Confusion will start happening. When the confusion happens, what do? You don't want to take a big, lengthy plan. What do you do? Short plan. That's very obvious, right? Hey, I want to buy a new property, man. Okay, how much floor? I mean, how much square feet you want? What's the bedroom you want? How many you want? I'm not clear. So what do you want to do? But give me an idea how much a budget will be. You have to give some approximation. You cannot give better judgment, right? So Shriram, which city you're migrating? I don't know. I have to migrate some city. Some city means, I don't know. I'll tell you later. Again, requirement is not clear. Okay, how are you going to travel? I don't know. Maybe bus, maybe train, maybe flight. No clarity on technical factors. So the more you don't have a clarity, you will keep it open to talk about adaptive nature. If you know clear, hey, I'm migrating from Mumbai to Bangalore. Mumbai to Bangalore is a migration I'm going to do. Very good, super. When you're going to do so and so date. How are you going to do? I have booked this travel agency who can carry off all this item. Very good, super. What all you want to know? Maybe I have to catch up on certain things on transporting in the toll related. Is there any papers to submit it? Okay, that we can do. So some portion you will have knowledge, little portion you may not have knowledge. That can be low uncertain. Well, I'll go simple way. So I'm simple. Okay, I know it's a project is bigger, but at least you don't need to strain, right? You know what to do. That's why some of the projects here are highly paid projects. They're highly paid. You're very surprised why these guys are getting huge money. The reason is uncertainty is very high. Also, the client is rich. That's a different story. But coming back here, it is certain. We know what to do. Construction. A big shopping mall to be constructed. Some big shopping mall, man. It's pretty complex. No, we know what to do. It won't be complex. Work time will be higher. Money will be higher. Risk will be higher. Casualty can happen. Rain can happen. Government policy can change. Those are there. But for that only you have a risk mitigation strategy. So constructing a big shopping mall is not complex. If you know what to be constructed, if you know where to be constructed, if you know what is the engineering technology to be used, you're clear. So a big shopping mall is an easy, simple project comparing a small software development because no clarity on the requirement. So don't see the weightage. Definitely work is there. In construction of shopping mall, work is there, risk is there, government rule, regulations, problems, all are there. I'm not saying no about it, but the way of requirement, ray of certainty is clear. You'll do what to do, right? That's why here the material cost and human resource costs are almost equal. Here the people are not paid highly, if you watch out, not paid highly, because here the material cost is pretty high. You have to buy the material, stock the material, cement packs, steel, you have to stock it because I have a lengthy plan to do the work. Whereas here, we don't have a steel, cement and all. Here it's a human brain, logical thinking, making things happen smoothly. That's how it is. So we are not trying to compare and tell which is good, which is bad. No, don't do that. Nothing like that. Just to make you understand that some of the projects which are pretty complex in nature because of requirement uncertainty and technical uncertainty. Hope you are getting some knowledge in this area. Okay, and continuing on that, one more image I want to share with you. These are part of Agile Practice Guide. If you go to the book called Agile Practice Guide, it is all there. I'm trying to explain it so that your basement is clear when you take the classes a little more deeper inside. Because after going deep inside, you shouldn't feel that, oh man, I don't know. That's going to be tough, right? So I'm trying to put it better. So now, if you see here, what makes to go Agile? What makes to go Agile? Okay. If somebody is asking for a frequency of delivery high, what is my frequency of delivery high? Multiple deliveries, frequency, multiple delivery, frequent, multiple delivery, right? That's called incremental model. I said in the hotel restaurant, someone says, I don't want to order all the item. I'll keep ordering, but deliver it fast on the table. Depending on the quickness, I may order some more items. Also, taste and quality is important. Okay, you keep ordering, frequency of delivery, you will tell soup, starters, main course, ice creams, going on, incremental, right? Same way, degree of change, the change can be high. You will keep adding more parameter. No, add this. No, add this, remove this, add this. The degree of change, that's called iterative. Requirements keep getting added more. I'll take an example of American Express. American Express want to do a retail customer. For retail customer, they want to do a savings bank. In savings bank, they want to show the account statement. When I log into American Express, I should see my statement. Sriram, you hold $14 billion. $14 billion? At least for dream purpose, let's have. Sriram, you hold $14 billion. Okay, that statement should pop up, right? In that, multiple changes can happen. Show me the statement like this. Show me something on fixed deposit. Show me something on this. All information should be there. If you log into ICICI Citibank, I think it's pretty clear. If you go to ICICI, you don't know where to see. You've seen that? When you log into ICICI Bank, there'll be too much of information. Sometimes you will be surprised. Are they showing only my statement or my whole community statement is here? Lot of information. In that, you have to find where it is. Okay, sometimes it is like that. So iterative, incremental, the changes are keep coming up. Other side, frequency of delivery is very high. Now, when both join hands together, that's becoming agile. I'm sure you all know this. I'm trying to press it hard so that when you go to the exam, you don't get panicked that, yes, changes means like this, delivery means like this. That's an idea of agile. So predictability. Predictive means if both are low, I'll go for predictive nature. Pretty clear? Can I assume you got a clarity on iterative and incremental now? Are you writing down the points in the paper also?
Sriram, what this continuum is actually referring to?
It's maturity, right? It's a maturity, right? A continuum of going from one to next levels. See, there are certain projects which can be predictive in nature, can start. Later, it can turn into adaptive also, right? It's a continuation. It's a process of traveling, time travel. That's what they're talking here.
Got it. Thank you.
Right. Okay, let me say chat window. All are good. How is it in YouTube? You guys are good? Getting the points? Any questions in this area? Okay, good. Let's move a little more. Sriram, you're top of the time, man. You want to move? Let me see. I have one video. Let's play this video and stop here. Okay. What is this video? Video makes us more active, you get more interesting. There is an analogy for agile. Let's listen to this.
This is St James's Park, home of Newcastle United Football Club. I was born in Newcastle and grew up a few miles out of town. In Newcastle, they say that football isn't life or death. It's more important than that. Alas, my own football skills were distinctly lacking. But there was a game we'd play at the back of the classroom when the teacher wasn't looking. Football, kind of. I'm sketchy on the rules. I guess we'd take turns to get across the pitch and...
Nice strike! Oh, better than nice! Wonderful!
It struck me recently that the game is a rather lovely demonstration of Agile. We have value delivered in small increments as the ball makes its way up the pitch. And we have the opportunity to course correct. Turns out that it's easy to recover from a wayward first kick. It's taken me decades to work out how to really play this game. Now, where did I put my special pencil? Here it is. My turn. Ready, aim. Aim some more. And...
Good shot, it's in! Final minutes!
As I'm sure you've guessed, this enormous pencil represents a waterfall approach. It's an all eggs in one basket approach. We design, build and test this Leviathan and launch it onto the world. It's either a big hit or a big miss. No second chances. If our aim is true, if the playing field is flat, if the goalposts don't move, we're on to a winner. But for me, that's an awful lot of ifs, an awful lot of risk. In an uncertain world, the enormous pencil starts to look less like an unfair advantage and more like a big-assed liability. In an uncertain world, We need a pencil that's more, what's the right word? Agile. With this small but perfectly formed agile pencil, our aim doesn't need to be true. The playing field doesn't need to be flat, and the goalposts don't need to stay put. All that we're really required to do is keep kicking.
Oh, what about that?
So what did you make of the what is agile pencil analogy?
Okay, was it a good analogy? How many of you felt that, yeah, that's good start, right? Keep kicking. Keep kicking is a good idea. Can that be done for all the project? My answer would be no. You cannot do this for all the project. But most of the project where the opportunity of changes are high, where we have an opportunity to deliver in a small chunk to the customer, we can try this, right? That's a point. So point of discussion today is making you to understand something called being agile more than doing agile. So doing agile is important. Yes, it is, but don't stay there itself. That is a team responsibility. Team will do that. You get the idea of being agile more. The more you get the being agile, the more doing agile becomes easy. But if you do other way, it's going to be tougher. That's how the problem starts in the corporate. We are so focused on sprint. We are more focused on the daily stand-up. Sometimes you lose a rhythm of why we are doing this. If you know why, the way you do makes interesting. That's a point. So what we did today, we have spent nearly 3 hours of time setting up some of the ground things of Agile. So Shriram, what is a ground thing? Ground thing is what all there in PMI-ACP exam. So I have given a clue that it's 120 questions, 3 hours of examination, gave you 3 books to read, right? There is a book of Mike Griffith, Agile Practice Guide, and something on Agile special book is there, Scrum book is there, Essential Scrum, but not necessarily to jump there immediately. I will start with Mike Griffith book, right? We saw about the book, we saw about the exam questions, we saw about why Agile is needed in the market, what's the demand behind that. We also understood there are 17 people or Agile people joined together. They framed in 2001 4 manifesto 12 principles. Tomorrow we're going to go deep inside on these 4 manifesto 12 principles, what it mean by Agile. And keep stressing from the beginning that first get the mindset of being Agile, then get to doing Agile, for which I showed one picture which has a time box of 10 days of time. I showed every day there'll be stand up, there'll be grooming, there'll be definition of ready, definition of done. 2 things are there. I'm yet to dive deep inside them, what it is, because I have to show you example. I have to show you a paper, right? What do you mean by definition of ready? What are bullet points? What do you mean by definition? What are the bullet points? You have to see that. You yet to see. Until you see, it will be like, what this guy is talking? I don't know. I never seen it. So don't worry. It's nothing but a small bullet points. I'll share it. I'll show some example for you. For now, you got the basic ground. Once a basement is clear, we'll start building floors on that. That will be easy for you. Make sense? Perfect. Great. So now, what you have to do is in this WhatsApp group, I'll be sharing few writing habits. God, this guy started again. Okay. I know. I don't declare my home address usually, because if I declare, these people find me and wonder, beat me badly. So let's start the writing assignments. I'm going to give you 4 manifesto 12 principles. Apart from that, few more factors. This will be shared with you and you start writing it. It'll be the WhatsApp, and reach out with the Rahul for materials for preparation purpose. It's given for you. We have 3 full practice exams, high quality exams for ACP exam. You don't need to buy anything in the market. If you come here, you're going to get the material, classes, practice exam. And every day in our WhatsApp group, you'll be getting few questions on Agile to practice. It's an everyday that's going to happen. And apart from that, one thing we recently introduced last 2 weeks, every Sunday, we are doing Agile exam. Oh, what is new? Yeah, every Sunday, 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. IST. For people from different zones, slightly tougher. It is 3:30 p.m. in India. which covers most of the zone. Some of them in a Japan area or mountain region, their timing is a problem. If not, every Sunday, 3:30, there is an Agile exam happening. You will see huge amount of people participating there. You will get many people from PMP, ACP, Scaled Agile participating. There'll be 30 questions given to people. Some timing will be given to you. You will write the exam. You will get even 0 mark. That's okay. You will try to understand what is this question all about. After the exam, you will talk for half an hour to 1 hour of questions, because not many can score well in Agile exam. I'll be very honest. Agile looks simple. Some of the questions will be crazy. So we have to understand those questions in an exam perspective. That we will do every Sunday. Is everything good? Perfect. Great. Okay, now let's go for Q&A. First, I want to give a thank note to everyone who participated here. People in the Zoom who enrolled, people who are on YouTube watching it here, and people watching in YouTube. From tomorrow, YouTube will not be there. We'll be having only classes going for the Zoom for the subscribed people. So if you want to get into the system, talk to Rahul, enroll to the system. You'll be part of this program from tomorrow. That is Sunday. Now let's jump to the Q&A part. If anyone has a late in the night, you want to sleep, you want to get rest, you are free. Thanks for being here. However it is, next 15-20 minutes we'll use for Q&A, which can help you for exam, subject-oriented doubts. We'll try to help you, right? Hey, thanks, hello. Thanks for participating. Okay, great. Any questions? Before that, I'll see the gallery view. Yes, Runa, please go ahead.
So Shriram, remember when we used to do the PMP classes, you asked us to subscribe to this external site where we kind of pulled in as a class to take the mock exam. Do we have to do something similar here, or are your questions going to be exhaustive enough?
Nothing. We made a ShriLearning as an amusement park where you get everything inside. You'll have a ride, a food item, to sleep, everything is here. So you can just stay inside the system. You made one payment for your classes, which covers everything for you, class, material, and practice exam. Sufficiently, we have everything, right? Nothing to worry.
All right,
nothing to worry. Perfect, great. That's a good question. Any more questions to help out you?
Shriram, Vignesh here.
Yes, Vignesh.
The Agile classes which was getting conducted, the same will be considered for application, as well as can I update the same for my PMP, Pdus?
This class you want to update for
PDU, PMP, yes, as well as my Agile application.
Yes, that's applicable, right? See, I'll tell you the clarity. ACP classes, what you're attending is called contact hours, 21 contact hours. Only when you complete this classes training, you are eligible to apply for your examination. That is for examination for ACP. At the same time, you're telling to the PMI Institute, hey guys, in the process of preparing for my ACP, I have spent my 21 hours of learning something. Can you consider this as my PDU in PMP? They will tell obviously, because you are not quiet, you are not sitting idle. You're using your time to learn something which align with our points. So they'll give you 7 points. They'll divide it into 3 or 5. What they will do is they have people, process, and other environment, right? So what they do is they divide your scores, the number of hours what you took 21, they'll be divided into 3 pieces. They put in different department. Let them put in different department. We don't bother. For you, out of 60 hours, 21 hours will be deducted. So this is the right one. Okay, hope that helps you.
Thank you.
Very good. Any questions on subject? Anyone from YouTube? We have a question. Okay. Let me assume most of you got the clarity for today's class. And again, this class is going to continue from, again, tomorrow, Sunday, we will have it. And I would bring up a project which we all have to work. I don't want to do it tomorrow because the team is just gelling up. Tomorrow we'll do one more round of introduction because I felt Yogesh missed out, Batma missed out, a few more has missed out. Tomorrow we'll do one more round of intro where you all connect with one another. Third day, that is next Saturday, we'll do a small workshop. I'll give a project and you have to start implementing what you're learning. So always keep in mind in Agile, there is being Agile, doing Agile. We'll be learning in a mixed way, but I'll keep stressing some places. This is called being Agile. As a leader, always think more on being Agile rather doing Agile. Doing Agile is important. I'm not saying no, but more focus on being agile, because in corporate, they expect your brain thinking in that angle rather day-to-day activity, right? That's important. Fantastic, great. Hey, thanks all for being here. If no further questions, we will call it a day for ACP learning. We'll continue more going forward. Stay active in WhatsApp. As I request all the time, when you write, take a picture, put that in the WhatsApp. You can even take selfie with your writing. That's also fine. If you want to say copyright, it's my writing. It's my beautiful handwriting. You can do that. I don't stop it. But have the habit of writing regularly. Recently, a person cleared ACP. I don't know how many of you seen the video yesterday. And he would have said that 12 principles writing and connecting that helped me well in the examination. So the principle, what I'm going to give you, your most of the exam question is based out of that. That's very important. So please start writing from today. That's a point. Great.
Shriram,
yes.
It's Bharti. I have a question. So when we say iteration, so that's a combination of iterative and incremental, right?
When you say iteration, okay, you're talking about iteration.
Yeah,
iteration. You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. The reason is it has new requirement keeping discussed iteratively, and incrementally every sprint ends we are delivering value, right? So requirement is being discussed continuously, iteration after iteration. You're going to discuss one iteration over, next iteration, next iteration. So you're going to discuss new requirements coming inside. Also, we give incremental value. That's why it's called agile model. So what you said is absolutely right. Iteration means it is iterative and incremental coming together. Perfect. That's a good thought. I appreciate it. Any more? Skanda, what's the time there? Middle of the night?
Yeah, 1:15.
Your family not doubting you what you're doing there? Huh?
No, they're also awake.
Okay, good. Hope my voice is coming out in the room so they don't doubt. After you started preparing for PMP, they left you, right? This guy will be something this guy will keep reading. Huh?
Yeah, the early morning 6 a.m. PMP, the tests, and yeah. All that.
God.
Yeah.
Okay. Yogesh says it's 1:15 p.m. in Malaysia, lunchtime. Doubting it seems. Okay, great. I also tell that if somebody's sitting late in the night watching the video, keep the sound a little high so they don't doubt it. But very scary. The men is talking. Little more scary and scared now. Okay, great. Keep learning. See, learning is a continuous process. I really like the people who take effort to keep upgrading yourself on the knowledge. Keep doing that, but don't stop with this. So what do you want to do, Shriram? Learn on your domain. I don't know how many times I would have said this. Please don't stop with management learning. I'm recommending join PMP, ACP, SAFE. Okay, it's good for me. But on top of that, learn your domain. If you are in a finance, learn what is finance. If you are in pharma, learn what is pharma. Please learn it. If you don't learn that, somebody who has an edge on that area will overtake you, right? If I take an example of Steve Jobs, of Sundar Pichai, they are good in handling people and management. Also, they're good on their subject very well, very well. Steve Jobs, you can't touch him in any corner. Sundar Pichai can't touch him in any corner. They know what they do. So that is also important. In a day, if you read 4 hours for management, read at least 1 hour for your domain. Where to read, Shriram? Tons of material available. Google it and take 1 page and read it fully. Read it fully. Don't click another link immediately. We have this habit, right? The monkey is jumping to the branch to branch. We keep clicking link. We don't know what to read. Take one and read properly. Please read domain. If you don't read domain, somebody has an edge on the domain, will overtake an interview. So that's very important. Right. With this, we'll come to the end of the session. Thanks all for participating. Have a great Saturday. People in Friday night, enjoy your Friday night. We'll catch up again on tomorrow. Right. Have a great time. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Shriram.
Thank you, Shriram.